On the mics, I mean, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. Okay. Individual.
Well, it'll be up soon.
Spectators, please be careful of leaning on the wall. There are light switches.
We're going to be up soon.
Okay.
There is no Conference 6 here.
There isn't?
No.
Okay.
So I'll stick with this. Okay. All right.
And hello, everybody, and welcome back to this raucous crowd here. We're coming to you on the live stream of the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association's 2024 National Championships here in San Diego at the Hilton Mission Valley. And we're just minutes away from kicking off the four-person team final. This is not a preliminary anymore. Mm-hmm. Money is on the line.
Yeah, right. We're
bragging
finally...
rights, national championship on the line right here.
Right.
I'm Jeff Whittle. This is my co-commentator, Valerie Coit. Hi, Valerie.
Hi, I'm so excited. You're right. We're in it now, everybody. It's the finals of the team. We didn't actually have room to do a preliminary team match, so this is the first time we're seeing all of these teams go head-to-head. We got some exciting new teams that have formed since the last time. You probably saw a lot of these folks in different live streams, either in Worlds or our last Nationals. And as you can tell, it is crazy in here. It's a lot louder than yesterday during our individuals, and we got a lot of excited puzzlers just ready and willing to go. They just want to get going.
I predicted it would be the loudest here because there's four people. They're all chatting with each other, and the individuals, there really wasn't a partner to chat with. In the pairs, it was just two people talking to each other, so it's exponentially louder here. Now, because there's four people to a table, there's 50 teams. There's still 200 people, but it's just 50 teams. They're going to put together one 1,000-piece puzzle, and without seeing the second, and then they open that up, another 1,000-piece puzzle.
And we got to toss to Allie because she's going to make some announcements right now, so let's go to her.
All right, welcome everyone to the USA Jigsaw Nationals Team Competition. We're so excited to have you. Tonight we have 50 teams in this room, which means 200 people, and we have so many spectators as well. We're so excited to have you. This is the only teams competition for the day. We're done with the prelims. We're on to the finals, so this is the finals. Get excited. We're going to have 3 hours to complete two 1,000-piece puzzles. You'll note that you have two bags on your table. The bag on top has a red sticker. The bag on the bottom has a purple sticker. You want to do the red one first. That's why it's on top. When we say go, you'll be allowed to start opening your red stickered bag. You can put your purple bag underneath the table, wherever you want to. You can do that now if you want to. We're going to start with the red stickered bag. Before we say go, we're going to do a countdown. Once we say go, you can open your bag. The puzzle seals should be open. If I can get your attention. The puzzle seals should be open. If they're not open, please raise your hand immediately. And do not try to open your puzzle. We'll have a volunteer come and help you. You'll just be on a time delay. You are allowed 4 trays tonight, 16 by 24 to be exact. When your team is getting ready to finish your first puzzle, we need to record the times of both puzzles as your team is getting ready to finish your first puzzle, make sure there's a volunteer around to record it. If you don't see someone, they've been great today, but in case you don't see someone, start to raise your hand, let someone know you're getting close to finishing. A volunteer, this is very important, a volunteer needs to confirm your puzzle is complete before you may move on to the next one. Don't open the next bag, don't do anything with that next bag until a volunteer confirms. That's why it's very important to make sure a volunteer sees you that you're getting close to finishing. Once they confirm, you may tear down the next puzzle simultaneously as opening the next puzzle. Important also for both puzzles, as you're completing that puzzle, we need your hands all to go off the table, get excited you finish the puzzle, and let us know that you're done puzzling. So hands go up as soon as you're done puzzling. From there, volunteers will record your times. They'll tell you to move on to the second puzzle, or if it's your second puzzle, they'll record your time, and you'll be able to view your time across the hall along with your ranking, or also on our website. If there's a missing piece, there's a 10-second time penalty. If after 10 seconds you can't find your piece, the timer will stop. You don't have to search anymore. If you find it sooner, we'll stop the timer sooner. Look out on the floor for yellow stickers that may be indicating your missing piece. If after the 3 hours you have not completed your puzzle, we will do a countdown. We'll ask everyone to take their hands off the puzzle, and the volunteers will come and help count up clusters of less than 3 towards your leftover count. Clusters of 3 or more count towards your completed puzzle. Please be a great puzzle neighbor. At least you're not sharing a table with another team, which is awesome. But still, please be a good neighbor. Headphones need to be to low volume. No singing, no tapping, things like that. Finally, one more very exciting announcement is we have our special international exhibition team right in the corner over there. We have Chiara Dell'Antonio, we have Alfonso, we have Devin, and we have Diarn. I got them all. We're very excited. They'll be completing the first puzzle before they go to the panel room to do their Q&A about puzzling super fast. So we are going to do the countdown in about 4 minutes. Hang tight. It will happen very quickly, so please don't go anywhere. Be prepared, and we will start puzzling very soon.
From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
And we're back live at the USA Jigsaw Puzzle 2024 Nationals. I'm Jeff Whittle. My partner's Valerie Coit. And to thank the folks watching us on YouTube and Twitch, we're offering a live stream raffle. Just go to usajigsaw.org, click on the live stream prize banner on the home page, fill out the entry form. This time enter the keyword individual for the chance to win prizes. The keyword individual. Will hold the drawing tomorrow during the closing ceremony between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So,
yeah,
Valerie?
We're almost there. We're going to just give you a little more snippet of info of what to expect. We have really top teams sitting right here in front of me. I noticed in comments people were like, who's on Sarah's team? Who's on Karen's team? We'll show you those folks pretty early in the live stream, but we're getting excited to reveal this first puzzle. There's going to be 2 puzzles in this round, each 1,000 pieces. They won't get to look at the second puzzle until after they've completed the first one. They had to put it under the bag. So we're going to cut to Allie now for the countdown.
All right, everyone.
You got her.
We're gonna make announcements here in just a minute. I did forget to mention that if you are the first 6th place teams, please hang out at your table for just a minute because we will confirm your placement. And we may also ask you to go over to the live stream, but while you do hang out, please remember to be quiet for your puzzle neighbors. Also, quick announcement is afterwards, hang out for a fun social media opportunity with our awesome competition sponsor, Ravensburger. So please stick around after teams. With that, I would like to hear if everyone's ready to puzzle. All right, we're going to do the countdown. From 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, puzzle!
Oh, boy, EB's chair went flying. That's crazy. They, of course, opened up that blue bag. The bag went flying, opened up the plastic bag inside holding all the pieces, dumped the pieces on the floor. Now they're frantically flipping the pieces, the flip, as it's known as, and maybe doing a little sorting while they go. A lot of folks are using puzzle trays here to help help give themselves more room, because this is a 1,000-piece puzzle with 4 people at the table. So it's going to be crowded at the table. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I know people were probably freaking out there. The timer is up in the corner, and it didn't start on our end, but it did start here. We just had maybe the wrong window or something, so we're going to bring it back. But yeah, it got going. I was a little worried there for a moment.
And I'm looking, we're at 55 seconds in already. The timer on the screen here in the venue hall is running.
Going. So let's look at this first puzzle.
Yes.
Look at what we got here, Jeff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let's look at that. It's called Busy Birdies. And
Busy Birdies.
Yeah, a Dean McAdam puzzle.
Oh,
there you're getting
goodness.
a good look at it now.
All right, it's on the screen.
Yeah, so what do you think of that? This is going to be interesting, I think. I think this is a little tough, right?
I think so. Look at all the different oranges.
Yes.
All the orange.
You got a lot of background
quite a
color.
bit of yellow.
Yep.
With the orange. My.
And a lot of lines. People aren't always so crazy about branches and things that are like not a straight line, where they're just kind of a variety.
Because they could be those. They could be, if you see one, it could be anywhere along any of those stretches there.
Yeah, I actually think they're going to have to reference the birds themselves quite a bit to just kind of get a sense of where things are in the puzzle. But even like within the birds, you've got a lot of similar colors that are happening there.
Right,
but it is a busy puzzle. It's going to work well for those folks that love the busy puzzles. Again, not a landscape. There's no sky really in this one. So sorry, everybody that's been looking for one of those. But yeah, I'll be very curious to see what puzzlers think of this one.
And being 1,000-piece, so the puzzle may not be that much bigger, but does it mean the pieces are smaller, or how does that work?
Yeah, the Ravensburgers do have a smaller size piece for the 1,000-piecers. So, but actually, I'm not 100% sure. I think it might be about the same as the 500-piece in terms of the size of the pieces. But yeah, obviously the puzzle will be larger. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I would love this puzzle. This is really something I would be drawn to. One, I love birds, but it's just so colorful and cute, and it's kind of adorable. He's doing a little play on with the birds. Like you can see right in the middle, there's a cardinal, and he's clearly dressed up like a Catholic kind of cardinal, priest type of deal. And
the
and
wise
the
old owl.
The wise old owl.
He has the mortarboard cap and the.
We got a Robin dressed as Robin Hood. And we've got some really fun cute little Easter eggs in there, I think, for people. And then you got Eagle Eye down here, and there's a eagle with a little sniper type thing over his eyes. So I think a little Eagle Eye reference.
That is pretty
Early
funny.
Bird catches the worm up in the corner. So yeah, there's just a lot of cute little whimsical
this
touches.
One here with the purple
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny. And look at the eyes on the owl. Those multicolored eyes. They're very rainbow colored.
Yeah. This is one of those, though, if you're speed puzzling through this, you're not even noticing that stuff.
Right.
You're like, I've got the blue blob bird over here, and I'm doing that blob, and then you get this pink blob over there. Like, half the time you don't even clock what it is that you're putting together until at the end when you maybe get a chance to finally really get a good look at it. Because,
I suppose you and the board of the USA JPA and Ravensburger had fun picking settling on that puzzle for the team, the team puzzles.
Right. I mean, part of the process was, them coming to us with here's some artists that we're thinking of. And of course, we're big fans of Ravensburger and the different artists they work with. It was not a hard sell. It was like, well, of course. I mean, we had Dean McAdam here last time, and we loved his puzzle in 2022. So not a hard sell. And then it's more, they worked on some concepts and then shared those with us to be like, what do you think of this? And, I mean, we didn't actually give a lot of input because mainly the input was, oh, yeah, that's so cute. Or, oh, we love that. So, I mean, we could give a little bit, I think, if it was more colorful or whatever, that might help or make it easier or whatever. But, I mean, they know what they're doing. These guys are the experts. I mean, honestly, we maybe know what makes a good speed puzzle, but they're the ones who know what makes a good puzzle, So yeah, we didn't have to give them a whole lot of input. They were so knowledgeable and wonderful to work with on it. But yeah, I'm curious what people think. I'm going to kind of look at what the comments are here. But do you want to give us a rundown, Jeff, of who some of these teams are, who our heavy hitter teams are here in the front of the room?
Of course, in fact, probably top ranked is we put the Betch in You Betcha, the Minnesota team. So that's Lauren Kautz, Dawn Rasmussen, Andrea Kyle, Sarah Schuler. And when I look back at 2 years ago here, or a year and a half ago, Sarah, with different pairing, was on the winning team.
Yep.
Team No Snacks.
Yep.
Second hottest, the Peace Corps. Kelly Walter, Kelly Buer, Becca Taylor, and Andrea Pang. Of course, we saw many of those here.
Yep.
We interviewed
the pairs.
The pairs. They're finished second. Sisters Squared, Kathy and Jean Reuter, of course, who won the pairs in the 2022 final. They're teaming up with Betsy Parker and Robin DeCare.
Yep, and that's a familiar team. They were together at Worlds and got on the stage. They made it into the top 10 and did an excellent job there, so we can expect that they will be really strong here as well.
In fact, Robin DeCare was part of Sarah Schuler's team, Team No Snacks, that won the team competition last time. So, but now Sarah and Robin are on different teams, but certainly bring a lot of speed to both of those teams. And the Dark Horse Puzzlers, Simi Berman, Alyssa Zackler, Gail McCormick, and Tiffany Medeiros. And so they're considered probably the fourth most powerful team based on their rankings and their past performances. Jigsaw Junkies, Gray Rogers, Jeffrey Scott, Josh Traeger, and Catherine Dilks.
Yep.
So four big
Another
names
really
in
good
puzzling.
team. Yep.
Yes. Golden State Misfits. So this is funny because they're kind of a montage of different teams that all converted that are they're not all from Golden State because we know EB is from...
She was on the last year's team with Karen Puzzles, or with, No Snacks last
she was
year.
With her husband Dan and then Sarah Schuler and Robin DeCare.
Yep.
But she's not from California, but the other three, I'm not sure.
No, the other three are all Californians, so Yvonne, Lindsay, and Karen Puzzles.
Right. Yes. Yvonne Foyt, as we know, Lindsay Steenstra, yes, and Karen Puzzles. And then Wicked Quick. Of course, we talked to Mari Black and Emma Pan a bit ago, and then their partners are Sammy Brownlow and Emily Chandran. Also, Jigonometry, Doug Elwanger, Linnea Shai, Yasmin Almog, and Suzanne Ryman. So they're considered the eighth. We'll just hit the last two here. You Talkin' Puzzles, Utah in capital.
We talked to them during
and
the
we
pairs
know,
match. We were part of them. Yep.
Mindy Whiting and Kyle Kosen, along with Megan Jones and Nastala Alexieva.
Yeah, and there's Karen. Now you can see that's the Golden State Misfits there, currently on your screen.
Right, that's Karen.
I would
Puzzles
expect them
there.
to do really good. I think Karen likes these kind of things. I mean, ultimately, she loves the sky and a gradient, or that's like her total jam, so to speak. But But I think she'll do well in this type of design as well.
And then number 10 is Pocket Full of Pieces. Amy Lee, Liz Nelson, Joshua Nelson, and Alyssa Larson.
I think it's Alicia. Yeah, Larson.
Alicia.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Alicia. And with the different spelling. Peacekeepers, Piece. That's funny.
Yep.
They're like their own little UN here.
Yep.
Katie Everson, Lisa Schuler. So Sarah Schuler's mother, who we talked to earlier, Amber Hagland-Pagel.
Oh, yeah, I know Amber. She and I puzzled together, yeah.
And Heather Mueller on that one. And to round out the top 12, still haven't found what I'm looking for, and boy, what a mantra for puzzlers. Kara Taylor, Jonathan Clough.
Yeah.
Wanted to mention that. Sarah Oman, who was up here on the dais a little while ago, and Noelle Marshall.
Yeah, so, and Jonathan, a lot of people will know from, he was a USA JPA board member with me, and he was one of the co-founders, and now he runs speedpuzzling.com, which is how a lot of these folks have gotten into speed puzzling, is doing his virtual contests. Oh, yeah, I was going to point out, too, we also have a fun international group that's puzzling today. These are all guests that were invited to attend nationals. We have Devin Donaldson. She's the Canadian national champion currently. Chiara Del Antonio, she's a champion that's been at Worlds and placed at Worlds in the top 10. She's living in Germany, but from Italy. And then we also have Diarne Healy, who's the Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association president. And then the guy in the cap there is Alfonso Alvarez Osorio. He's the World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation president, and he's here like hanging out for the weekend. It's so funny because he kept telling us, what do you need me to do? Like, should I enter results? Like, should I run? Do you want me to judge? And we're like, Alfonso, we just want you to have fun.
Right.
Like, maybe do some puzzling and just hang out.
Soak
and like
up the atmosphere
yeah.
and mingle.
Right, because he goes to his events and he's so busy. And the guy, I don't think he sleeps for like a week, during Worlds.
Right.
And then he came here. We're like, just have fun. And I think it took him a day to relax, because yesterday he kind of was taking photos and helping and always behind the desk, like, what can I do? And now today we finally got him to, okay, calm down, just go puzzle. Right. We've got this. Like, we have all these volunteers who've been planning and helping us for months get ready, and we've filled all the spots, so we have a finally oiled machine happening here.
Yes.
And we really are excited that they're just getting to puzzle along and just have some fun today. And obviously, if they finish it first, though, they don't win.
Right, exactly.
They're purely exhibition. But we are trying to show you as many of the teams as possible. We have 50 teams in here. It's a little tight, but the cameras have really been doing a good job of trying to go out throughout the room and show as many of them as possible.
Those ladies in the kind of maroon tops that they were showing, that looked like a round table 14. 15.
Oh, I can see the Reuters. And I saw them, just a glimpse of them there.
Yeah, the Reuters.
There was Simi waving to the camera, I think. Or no, I don't know who. Well, maybe. I can't tell who that is. Yeah, I have to look that up.
So we're definitely in the early stages there. It looks like everybody has the flip obviously done, and they're working on the edge in this table 20 that's close to us. They're pretty close on the, well, I'm not sure how far they're getting on that edge. From here, from this angle, it's kind of tough. And
I'm looking at
the
this,
trays
and
going.
It's one thing to look at the puzzle in the box, right? You look at the box art and you think, oh, okay, that's going to look a certain way. And it's a whole other thing when you look at it all spread out on a table and you see the pieces and actually go, oh, wait, because one of the things that happens in a busy puzzle like this is you could have different things happening on every piece. So a piece might have a little branch on it, a little bit of bird on it, and then some yellow background, and suddenly you're like, oh no, where do I put any of these? And you have a giant pile of things that all look the same.
Right.
So I'll be kind of curious at some point to walk around the room and see what it actually looks like on the table. I don't know if it looks like something you can very easily sort or really, break into sections for people to work on. That's one of the hard things with a team. If you got 4 people, it's nice if you can just kind of each take an area.
Right.
But when it's something like this, it's maybe a little hard to do that.
That's a perfect, description of what's probably going on for these people.
Right.
So have you put this puzzle together yourself?
Oh, no, I wish. But, I mean, we have been so worried about the art getting out somehow that I think we were just like, we don't even want to see them until I had not looked at this until it comes out of the bag here, because we're just sort of like, we're so worried about like accidentally having it on the floor and getting a photo or, that kind of thing. We've been so paranoid about the image getting out there, because that's part of the fun of these events is unveiling these puzzles.
Right.
Ravensburger's been amazing with making sure all of the puzzles we have this weekend are unpublished, unreleased, never before seen. So we're excited that, we're getting to reveal them here. Our hope is that at some point we all get a chance to get together socially and just like do some of these puzzles. But we all live across the country,
right,
so it's hard to do that.
Unless you do it, virtually on Zoom or something.
Exactly.
So that's a good point. There's 9 puzzles different images being used throughout the weekend, a total of 800 puzzles in the competition. But there's 2 puzzles being used today, but there's only 50 teams.
Right.
So that kind of how 9 images, 800 puzzles for the competition.
Yep.
And I did want to mention that this puzzle is now on sale at the Ravensburger booth back there. So I was just back there talking to them, saying, okay, as soon as we unveil this, you're putting it up. And they go, yes. Now, the 3 used in the individual prelims yesterday, they're already sold out.
I know.
Here.
They told me that. They were like, I don't think we're going to have a puzzle left after this at the end of this weekend, because literally a division finishes, they put all the ones out, and they're gone before the next division starts.
Right.
So I know they brought a healthy supply to sell over the weekend, because ultimately they want everybody to get the chance to do these puzzles. But they're selling out immediately.
So for folks that certainly aren't here, or even if they're in here and they were just a little slow getting up there and getting a puzzle, they do go on sale. And I just reiterated this. Monday, only on the Ravensburger website. And they stress there's only a limited number of those available there as well, at least for now. Maybe they'll do more
in a run.
But they're keeping, just to rush these out, a few out to be here for the competition.
Exactly.
So that's a little background on those. But I went and wanted to talk with them specifically about unrolling those out. It's like sold out, sold out, sold out. And they go, all 3 of us there already.
Wow.
And they're like,
Well, I do know some of them are going to be available in Barnes & Noble stores eventually. So people will be able to find them in stores at some point. I mean, these are really popular artists that we're featuring this weekend. I mean, Dean McAdam has done a series of puzzles that are very popular. He does these really beautiful, fun illustrations that kind of take like a popular, like Wizard of Oz, and then has a very different look and cute kind of, illustration of Dorothy and the lion and the scarecrow, and it's adorable. I've done all of them. I think I own every one that's come out of his.
Okay.
I find them just really, really pleasurable. I like that kind of thing, the kind of fantasy and cute, anything just cute. There's one, it's like Hansel and Gretel. It's like the little candy cottage in the woods, and I immediately was like, well, I got to own that one, So I think that these are going to be very popular in stores, and so people, if you're wondering where you're going to get them, Ravensburger website or Barnes & Noble, you'll be able to get some of these eventually. And they're going to have our logo on them, which is so cool.
Oh, my goodness.
They've got the USA Jigsaw Nationals logo on there.
So they know that this was a puzzle used in the 2024 Nationals.
Exactly.
That's a great way to do it. And with thousands of folks on the web, on the live stream. Look at that right now.
Yeah, 2,400 right now watching, and lots of action in the chat. I love it.
So definitely the people watching at home are really going to want to feel like they were a part of this here. And they are a part of it, but by ordering these puzzles as well. So good luck.
Somebody asked, do the competitors get to keep the puzzles they work on? Yes, they do get to take them home. I don't know how they decide who gets it.
That's the trouble, is there's one puzzle for 4 people, so they talk about that. Do they flip a, draw straws or whatever. You can't flip a coin unless you've got a four-sided coin.
As an organizer, it's nice when they're like, I don't know, we all want it. But I've also been in contests where you're done and you're like, I never want to do that again.
We heard some of that before. And a couple of the ladies we interviewed, either the first preliminary this morning or late yesterday, one was keeping the puzzle, and they were going halves on buying one, so the other could have it. So
that's
they each
good
paid
idea.
half. Yeah, when they said that, I'm like, that's the way to do that. So I wanted to pass that along in case anyone's trying to figure out how to do that. So,
no, this is great.
We're
we're at the 20-minute mark.
Look at that.
Here's what's interesting. So if you look at like World's times, that's kind of the gold standard, I would say, in terms of speed.
Right.
You'll see that, puzzle teams of 4 will complete a 1,000-piece puzzle between 45 minutes. And we're at the 20-minute mark, and I'm looking at this and going, I don't think anybody's finishing this in 40 minutes. It's... even your really fast teams don't look like they've made a terribly huge amount of progress.
There's Alfonso with the white hat there in the lower right corner.
Yep.
They just showing them. Of course, they're sitting off to this side of us right here.
Yep.
But they've got the edge, done. But it's a struggle. But team, just so we know, so now the times you can't really compare because last time they did 1,000, 1,000, and a 1,500 on top of it, and it was a 5.5-hour competition. So you knocked out that final 1,500 puzzle, but it was 4 hours, 26 minutes, and 45 seconds. So, it's hard to compare, but that was Team No Snacks, Team Rasmussen with Dawn, and Andrea Kyle, Charity Taboas and Mary Christensen came in second. War and Peace, Yvonne Foyt, Lindsay Steenstra, who's two of the ones on the Golden State Misfits right now, along with Alyssa Zackler, Kevin Strin. So we haven't said his name, so I don't know if he's competing today or we just maybe...
No, I believe Kevin is here this weekend. I thought he was going to be competing, but I haven't really seen him in person. I know Kevin, so I'll keep an eye out for him, but I think he's here. I think he's just with a whole new team.
Okay. Jigsaw Junkies was fourth in the team finals in 2022. Gray Rogers, Melinda Whiting, Jessica Graber, and Amber Hagland that we had talked about. Number 5, Floor Check with the Fagora family.
Yeah, and they're not here this year.
Sophie, Corey, Max, and Zeb.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and then Every Day I'm Puzzling came in 6 because there's the podium is for 6 places.
Yeah.
Here, Kara Johnson, Katie Rule, Lizzie, Stasowski, and Rachel Sadowski. So a couple of skis on there. That's from Poway, so that's San Diego County. That's just up the 15 a little bit.
They're probably,
so they were some locals. I'm wondering. In fact, wasn't that the team that just came together? They had just met here and they came together at the last minute and finished 6th. It just blew everybody away.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
So,
and we have some like that this time around that we're finding that we're like, hey, I didn't know about this person. So, it's exciting to see if they do well in this division as well. We had Alice Rowe that did really well in individuals, and she's in the team, I believe. So, it's really fun to see these folks that we've not really seen before come in and do really well. So we'll keep you all posted if we have some dark horse teams out there in the midst.
Right. Yeah. Especially once we finish the first puzzle, we'll really have an idea.
Allie was going to stop in and give us the floor report. So why don't we have her come over?
Sure.
And tell us what's going on.
Okay.
Whichever. Or you can come here if you want. Yeah. You go ahead.
All right, we're swapping out one JPA board member for another here. So that's your seat there, the USA JPA seat right here. So
this is only JPA members right here.
So far. Well, no. When we have 2 people in, then we move to the outside.
All right.
But anyway, what is the word from the floor? What have you seen here in the early going? We're 23 minutes
so
in.
Far. So it's interesting. There's no one strategy, it seems. I did hear someone say, it's just so busy. It's so busy.
Yes.
But I did ask the international team how they felt about it. We have, I think I failed to mention it properly, but we have an international exhibition team. It's a top 10 world champion, Chiara Dell'Antonio from Italy. We have Diarne Healy, the president of the Australian JPA. We have Alfonso Alvarez Osorio. He's in charge of the World Championship. And we have Devin, I can't think of her last name right now, Devin Donaldson, from the Canadian champion. They're exhibition teams, so they can't win, but they are getting to puzzle together.
And they're right over to our side over here.
And I asked them what they thought. And they said, it's really pretty. I said, what about speeding? And they said, it's really tricky. So, yeah, that right there is...
Yeah, that's it. So I just wanted... And it's something birds, I'm trying to remember.
Busy birdies.
Busy birdies. So busy was definitely key.
Busy. Definitely busy. But yeah, there are I've seen some teams that go for the yellow and orange. And then there were some teams that there's a, what do you call it? A nest up in the top corner there. And there's I haven't seen the owl too much yet. I've seen there's a fair amount of kind of teal throughout there, and they're doing the teal as well. So each team's doing a little different. And then some teams are kind of doing sections, and then some are putting a little bit of everything in the middle based on where it belongs.
Okay, so right.
It's going to be terrifying to catch the winners because they're all going to do different things.
Right.
It's great when everyone's doing a puzzle, when they're kind of all doing the same pattern, because okay, as they get closer to this, they're going to slow down or whatever. But with this, it's going to be just no idea as people get close.
So there's lots of oranges spread out. Some of these kind of go from orange to red, a little bit of gradient there, but we've got the Oreo, some of the leaves, lots of different orange spread all over the puzzle. So and yellow spread over much of it as well.
And did you guys talk about this as a Dean McAdam puzzle?
So we did, and Valerie had actually mentioned how she really likes them, and that so she kind of gave us a little bit of rundown on that. But
and he was our artist last year. He was one of our artists. We had I think it was Goldilocks. Something about Goldilocks. I'm blanking now. It's been a very long few days.
Right. Well, it was 18 months ago, too, right?
Yeah. Goldilocks Gets Caught, I believe, was the name of that one.
I didn't remember either.
That was also busy, so I think he does busy puzzles, but they are beautiful.
Yes.
So, and he is here this weekend. He's going to be doing a signing of people's puzzles.
Oh, great.
So he'll be over at the Ravensburger table doing that.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So... interesting.
Yeah. Looks like we've got Kyle's team here. Kyle Kosin.
You talking puzzles. Utah.
That's really good.
Yeah, they were up here just near the end of the pairs preliminary. Kyle and so many folks have dropped by here. Mindy Whiting and Kyle, they were in the pairs, and now they added their two members, Megan and Nastia.
Okay. Funny thing about Mindy.
Yes.
So Mindy was doing speedpuzzling.com competitions for quite a while, and this is, I believe Jonathan told me this story. Hope she doesn't mind me sharing. I don't think she does, but she was puzzling in his competitions for quite a while. And Jonathan had noticed that she was always pulling her pieces out of the box and said, hey, have you ever considered dumping them out before doing the puzzle? And from what I understand, she did. And her rankings shot up. She got so much faster. And so I was like, Jonathan, why did you do that? Now she's beating us. But that's really exciting and so cool that little strategy helped so much.
But I can see that obviously, proven. The proof is in the pudding. That rankings. So she was on the Jigsaw Junkies 4th place team in the 2022 team finals there with Gray Rogers and a couple of others. But a lot of these teams have obviously swapped around then for this year.
Yeah, so. I think people are, kind of trying to find the best fit, if no pun intended, but trying to find the best fit or geographically, sometimes it makes sense to partner a little bit differently.
Folks closer to you.
That's what we see kind of mix up the most is the teams. Pairs are a little more standardized, but teams changed a fair amount. So that's actually, we've had questions about having GPA rankings for teams, and it's too difficult because we just have teams changing all the time. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have too many combinations, and you couldn't really compare them.
Yeah,
that way. I mean,
exactly.
sure, you guys tried.
We tried.
Yeah.
We tried.
Unless they're like, you have to commit to this team for
Forever.
whatever. Yeah, right, forever. Exactly. So
yeah.
Good. So we're 29 minutes in now.
So
what do you think is going to be a time for our first, perhaps, puzzle being completed?
Let's see, the first time for puzzle being completed. So I think some of the fastest teams are doing 50-ish minutes or so, maybe 45, 50 minutes for a 1,000-piecer. This one's on the harder side, I think.
Hour-ish, a little over an hour?
Yeah, I think maybe hour, a little over an hour 5, maybe, something like that. We'll see.
So depending on how busy this is a 3-hour competition, though. But we'll be curious to see of the 50 teams, how many even finish.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are mostly experienced teams. I could be wrong, but I will say since we sold out so quickly that most of the people who got in for teams were more experienced puzzlers because they were really on the ball with getting signed up.
Right.
And so that might help make sure that we're getting at least the first puzzle finished. So we'll see, though.
Right, exactly. Well, that's exciting. And here's Sarah and her team, the You Betcha. So the number one, what's kind of ranked here for the teams, we put the bet in You Betcha. So
the betch. I think they're making a play on a word that.
No, You Betcha. Well, that's like a Minnesota.
Yeah,
you
but
betcha.
we put the betch.
Oh, gotcha.
And You Betcha might be a play on words.
I see. Yeah, now I get it. Yes.
Yes. It's a great team name though, because they are all from Minnesota. So You Betcha is very much part of their vernacular.
Exactly. So Sarah, Andrea, Kyle, Dawn Rasmussen, Lauren Couts.
Yeah.
So Lauren,
they're the team to watch.
Number one in the U.S.
They were
rankings.
at the St. Paul Winter Carnival, and I'm trying to remember, they won by like many minutes,
right?
Which I think we talked about before is a long time in speed puzzling. So they've kind of been the ones to beat, and they're, I think, they're going to puzzle together at Worlds, and I think they're expected to be high up there. So they are just a killer team.
Well, good for them. So it looks like the couple of the Reuter sisters team here that we were just seeing. Sisters Squared, Kathy and Jean Reuter, Robin DeCare, Betsy Parker, that they were showing for a minute.
Yes,
just to kind of.
They're also super fast.
Yeah.
They're what's their team name again? It's
just Sisters Squared.
Yes, because
Betsy and
two
Robin.
sets of sisters
Okay,
on the team. Yeah.
With so one's a maiden name or a different name, even though
exactly.
Yeah, Betsy Parker and Robin DeCare, but they're sisters as well, so that makes total sense.
Sisters Squared.
We had a shot for some of the folks on the live stream that they had the puzzle tray. We haven't seen a lot of that yet this weekend, but obviously coming into there it is right there. The puzzle trays, and they look like they're
teams. Trays make the most sense. There's so many pieces. It's a much bigger puzzle, and also you need to be able to make sure that everyone can see the variety of pieces. There's a lot more to do, and a lot of people kind of in the way of being able to see everything. So a lot of times we'll do things like rotate trays around the table, because what can be very challenging about puzzling on a team together is that you can't see all the pieces. Basically, you don't know if you're working on this yellow section over here and there are pieces all the way over there that are yellow, but you can't see them. You might, you're taking more time, and so using things like trays really help a lot with that. So we see it a lot more with teams than for a little bit with pairs, though we will, I don't know if you've teased that for the pairs final, it's going to be a 1,000-piece puzzle on a shared table. So we expect a lot of tray usage there.
Right, exactly. And that'll be tomorrow morning. So there's like 8 arms at a table, maybe reaching and putting pieces in and stuff. Does that get to be a factor too, that there's
Absolutely.
So many arms?
Especially towards the end. There was once again at the St. Paul Winter Carnival, the final teams puzzle there had blue text in the middle that was super difficult. That's where pretty much every team ended. And it's a small section, and so there are 8 hands going into that section, and it just got so congested. So it can be tricky, and especially towards the end, as there's very few pieces. A lot of times, our team, the Golden State Puzzlers, some of us will just kind of take our hands out of the equation because it's actually faster to do it that way.
Less is more at that point.
Exactly.
So I can see that there's too many cooks spoil the soup or something like that.
Yeah,
too many hands in there just making them. You're fighting over the piece. You're both trying to pick up the same piece. Could actually slow you down. Is the trouble?
Yeah.
It just slows you down with too many people in the way.
We also do on our team. I'm giving away all of our secrets. My team loves it. But we stick if we have a couple pieces in our hand, instead of getting mad at each other, we make sure our hand is wide open.
Right.
And we say pieces in hand, and then our team. That's another place for us to look. So
it's like a mini tray.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
Right.
It's allowed. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. You can use your hands in puzzling. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That tray is
Lights
allowed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Wicked Quick, the Boston area.
Okay,
Wicked
that's their
Quick.
teammate.
Yeah, they're all
Cat.
New England, but
no, not Cat.
Emma Pan, and
Mari Black?
Mari, yes, and
Sammy
and we talked to them, and
Brownlow.
then 2 other, they're 2, and let me try to pull those names up here. Yeah, Mari Black, Emma Pan, Sammy Brownlow, and Emily Chandran.
Okay.
And they're all from New England.
Oh, I've heard that I believe that Emily is in the puzzle chess semifinals coming up this evening. Okay. Alice Rowe, who was a little bit of a dark horse yesterday, she's also in the semis.
Oh, great.
I am trying to remember who were the others. Jessa,
who we've had up here a couple of times now.
And I can't remember the 4th. Faith told me, but it sounds really exciting.
So.
Oh yeah. So actually, since I mentioned it, puzzle chess.
Yes.
I don't know if you've talked about that at all.
We really we just mentioned it, but we haven't talked anything about what it is.
Let's talk about puzzle chess.
Yes.
So, as if this wasn't nerdy enough, and by nerdy I mean awesome. There's another level of speed puzzling. So it's called puzzle chess, and it was developed by, I believe, a Russian girl who came up with this idea, and it has caught fire in the speed puzzling community. So the way that it works is you have a smaller puzzle, 1 to maybe 300 pieces. You assemble the border, and then you have the rest of the pieces off to the side, all flipped up. And it's a head-to-head match. So you have someone across from you, and you take turns putting one piece in. And the piece has to attach to the edge. And once you attach or before you attach your piece, a chess timer starts. So your time is being counted, how long it takes you to put a piece in. And so once you put your piece in, you click your timer, and it starts your opponent's timer. And so the idea is you need to be faster than your opponent.
In cumulative time.
Exactly. So if whoever has the most amount of time left is the winner. And so we decided to do an entire tournament of this because we were like, you know what? We are not doing enough things for the weekend. We're not busy enough yet. So let's add a 64-person puzzle chess tournament. And it's been really fun, but it's very interesting. It's definitely a different animal than traditional speed puzzling. And some of our fastest puzzlers don't like to do it because it's too stressful.
Wow.
So it's definitely, it's much more stressful.
So you get to try different pieces. It's just how long does it take you to get a piece connected to the at the start of the border of the edge, and then of course there's more and more to build off of as you go. So in theory, it will get quicker, but each subsequent round, so it may take you 30 seconds to get that, find your first piece, and then you hit the timer.
There's strategy to it too, because sometimes you'll kind of both be going on a certain section. So maybe you try to start working on a different section, or you see that your opponent's working on a different section than you start to take over their section because they've found one or two pieces that they're ready to put in. You take that away from them. It takes them longer.
So you're thinking a couple of pieces down the line, perhaps.
Exactly.
Oh, I know, if I with this piece here and the next, because of the color or whatever, the next one there. So
right.
Like there's three-dimensional puzzle chess. You know, you've heard of three-dimensional chess.
Yeah,
so this is like kind of the idea that you disrupt them.
Yeah, there's more info about it actually on our website under, I think it's like resources. There's puzzle chess info there. And then also the Puzzle Republic has a really great video that they made. Actually, Tammy McLeod made a video for our website, and Puzzle Republic made a video on their Instagram that went pretty viral, and people really liked that. So people can check out more there.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing all of that.
Yeah,
Valerie.
So with that, I am actually going to head back out to the floor to check out what's going on there.
There's
and
Jessa
I think
right there.
You're going to have someone else come join you.
Okay.
So thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure.
Grab all my stuff here.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
You bet. Great to see you, Allie.
That we met, your words away. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
Yeah, we're excited to have Puzz here as one of our sponsors. You've been watching a little bit of their ad there. They have these really vibrant, fun puzzles, and all the hallways are like filled with puzzles, and I've seen so many people putting those together, so we're excited. Now, at the table here, we have the man of the hour, designer of Busy Birdies, which everybody is. Yeah, of course. Oh, is this your first time seeing it? Oh my gosh, this is exciting. So we have Dean McAdam with us. He's the artist for the puzzle that is happening right now in the contest.
Awesome,
so
thanks.
How does that feel to see something you probably spent a lot of time on?
Yeah, it's surreal because you work in the studio by yourself. You know, you're kind of agonizing. Does this look right and everything? And then you see this. It's surreal.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's weird.
You had a puzzle in the 2022 Nationals
Last
as
year?
well. Yeah. A year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that
End
was
of 22.
Which one was that?
I think it was it was one of the fairy tale kind of series. I think it might have been.
Or the Goldilocks, were you saying?
I think it was Goldilocks. It was Goldilocks.
Right,
You're
Goldilocks
right. Great memory, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know better than me at this point. But yeah, it was Goldilocks.
We're starting to add up. So, that's a good thing.
No, it is a good thing. I mean, I'm amazed. So, okay, we're at the 43-minute mark, and you haven't been here. You just got here, right?
I
You just
did.
literally walked in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little late.
No, that's all right.
I'm a little further away from here.
Sure. It's more to catch you up on the action, because what we've been talking about is, we've had these incredibly fast finishes happening. Our pairs competition this morning, we had a team that finished, 22 minutes something, and 20 for the 500-piece
22
pairs.
minutes?
Yes, for 2 people. So we're looking at this, and we're like, okay, now you got 4 people. Does that mean people finish around 45, 46?
Really?
At Worlds, we have teams of 4 finishing puzzles around 40-minute mark, but I think you've made a slightly more challenging illustration here.
Good.
I made it on time. I can catch the finish.
Exactly. So
you
we're
yellow bingo or something?
Yeah, well, people can yell out whatever they want. There's a lot of
the cameras will be there. The judges will crowd around, so we know
this
when
is
we're kind of getting
serious.
close.
I mean,
this is serious. Yeah. So one of our these 2 tables right here are pretty much among the very top competitors, and a few tables down the line. So they'll keep a close eye, but the judges are watching. The cameras will be on it, just so you kind of know. The teams know they're getting close when there's folks crowded around in the cameras.
When all the cameras are on them, they know something's happening.
So where did you come from?
So I was living in San Diego for a number of years, for about 10 years, and then we moved about an hour and a half away.
To where?
It's kind of in the middle. It's a small town called Menifee. It's in between San Diego and Palm Springs area, LA.
So it's just south, it's a little south of Riverside. You're by Temecula for folks that would know.
I'm an hour and a half away from everything. So,
right.
Yeah.
I was living in North County, and then we just moved down to La Mesa.
Okay.
So, but you've been living down here a long time. So you are. Just so you're local. You didn't come like flying in from the East Coast.
I was going to say, so we're seeing the green team. I'm calling them right now, and that's the Andrea, Peng, Kelly, Walter,
so you're
Becca,
Kelly. The teams are.
I think these are the ones in the lead right now.
Look at the cameraman and the green in person right down the row. So that's those. So we're just getting the view.
I did some walking around before we cut to commercial there and came back, and I would say right now they're in the lead. But I do think it's hard to judge, because this is one of those puzzles, Dean. There's no one big area left. It's like everybody has all these little pockets. Makes it a little harder to tell who's in the lead. I think it's very, very close. And what happens when you have a puzzle like this with all those little spots, it can start to fill in incredibly fast towards the end. So I think it's anybody's game at this point. We could have any of these top teams finishing in the first, but it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I think right now Andrea and Kelly and Becca and Kelly are kind of in the lead, but who knows? It's going to be interesting. But I'm curious what final times are going to be. If people in the chat want to do a prediction, any predictions here from either of you? Are we going to be in a couple minutes here, or do you think we got a little longer?
How far along are we?
We're at 46:24. There, it's on the screen in front of us.
So when I just came in, I was talking to Nate. And Nate says, it's usually about 90 minutes. So that's almost like half that time.
No. Yeah, it's a lot
faster
faster than that, right?
I'll try to make it a little tougher next time.
I don't think they want to hear that, actually.
They don't want to be here for like 6 hours working on it? I hate this.
It was 5.5 hours in 2022 for the team, but it was 2 1,000s and a 1,500. This is 2 1,000s back to back. They can't see what the second puzzle is, so they had two bags.
So as mine is finished, they're going to start another one?
They're going to start immediately. So we're seeing what the first half of this competition is.
Well, I can't
tell.
No
one knows.
Secret.
No, she knows. I haven't even seen it. I don't even know.
I love it. Dean's was like, so what's it? I'm glad I was paying attention and didn't just answer you there. But it's a big secret.
It's another
one
of yours.
Do they have Vegas odds on this or something?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should start, right? Yeah. But right now, they didn't know what your puzzle was going to be until they pulled it out of the bag as the timer hit 0. So, it's going to be a surprise. Did they know it was
going to be one of my puzzles?
No, they don't know.
Nothing.
We made an announcement about a month ago of some of the artists that would be featured this weekend, but we didn't tell them which puzzle, what the piece count would be, or any of that yet. So it's a big mystery to them, and it's part of the excitement, is getting to see what's going to be featured. I think it's fun when you watch them all pull it out of the bag and see reactions.
Do I see Karen over there?
Yep, that's Karen Puzzles. Yeah,
yes,
that's her right there with her team. And I mean, there you can see just kind of Yeah,
there.
little
So where
gaps
is everybody?
all over.
Where all the teams from? Is from all
So,
over.
well,
All over the country.
They're
So this is the
California, but
nationals,
the Golden State Misfits. So E.B. Karen, right there with her back to us. She was on the winning team, her and her husband and a couple others in 2022.
Oh, okay.
This young lady right here with her back to us, Yvonne Foyt, the lady next to her with the red hair there, she won the individuals in 2022. So very formidable. And then, of course, they have, Karen Puzzles in their group. She finished second right behind Yvonne in the individuals.
Now, I've seen her puzzles. I'm thinking hers would probably be a little bit more difficult, no?
Yes.
Takes a little longer. Yeah.
Yes. And then they also have Lindsay Steenstra, who is a top competitor across from EB. She's also from the LA area. So except for EB, they're all Californians, but they're the Misfits because there are different teams that kind of piece together from other teams. So the teams haven't stayed the same from 2022. I have a couple of different. So these were the final competitions.
I do want to kind of keep an eye on what's happening on the screen here because we're seeing, this is, I think, again, this is the Misfit team we're seeing again. I'm hoping we'll get some shots. I think we're going to go to some of the other leader teams here, and we can kind of try to compare. It is hard when there's 4 people; they're all crowded around.
It's
a little hard, right?
Wow,
but I do think
it.
These guys maybe have the lead, right? Because to me, that looks a little more filled in than what we just saw at Karen's
And
table.
who's the team green there?
That's Andrea Payne, Kelly Walter, Kelly Walter, Kelly Burr, and Becca Taylor on that team, on the green team that's on right now. So I did think earlier they looked ahead. One of the things that we talked about when we first revealed your puzzle is how you made it tricky with all that yellow in the background. It's not like they can say, oh, here's all the yellow.
Right.
Because that's not going to help.
There's a lot of branches. There's a lot of leaves, I want to make it fun, but I want to make it challenging, too. Yeah.
Can you tell us about any of the fun Easter eggs you got going on? Because I noticed some cute stuff. You've got kind of an eagle eye happening over here,
so
a Robin Hood.
It's called Busy Birdies. When I kind of was working on it, the working title was A Bird's Life. And if you kind of start from the top left, you have birth, you have childhood, then the one in the hammock kind of represents adolescence and just teenagers who like to sleep a lot. Then you have these 2 birds right here. They're just being friendly, and it's friendship. And then you have love, and you have heartbreak, you have religion, you have the blues, you have camaraderie.
The blues.
Yeah, the blues.
That's what's that, because I was asking what that
Blue
was.
Jays. So we have the cardinal, obviously, in red. Shaking your tail feather with that bird. There's singing in harmony. There's just kind of treating yourself in the bubble bath and just self-care. So it's all about just life.
You have a little bat hanging down here. That's a nice little fun touch.
What about
this? It's death.
Birth to death, right?
Yeah, it's birth to death. So it's a whole gamut of the spectrum of human life represented with birds. So we have education. We have keeping your eye on the target. We have your eagle eye. That's when you have to be focused in life and having fun, or just all different aspects. So that's the way I kind of approach it. I wanted to kind of tell a little story, and I often do that with my other puzzles.
Yeah. Can you tell us where the concept for this came from? Was this something Ravensburger proposed, or was this something you had it kind of ruminating, and then you were like, oh, I think I'd like to do this?
I don't remember. No, I think... I don't know if we talked about birds or something with animals. Just because I've been doing the classic tales, I wanted to do something a little departure from that. Like I said, I always like to tell a story, and this one just kind of lent itself, just with the play on words with the cardinal and the blue jay, and I started thinking, well, that does kind of represent different moods, and how can I tie this all in?
So what medium, how do you do your illustration then? Do you I had interviewed Nathaniel Mortensen.
Right.
last
We work
time,
the
and
same,
yeah. So like the tablet, and you do
Exactly,
kind of the
yeah.
brush thing, and so it's digitized as you're doing
Exactly. Yeah, we usually will sketch out by hand just the initial concept, just to get an idea, and then that's presented to Ravensburger, see if they like it, and we kind of work that way, and then I scan it into the computer and I start building, and there's a lot of trial and error. It's if you like something, you don't, and that's also the beauty of working digitally. You don't have to necessarily commit. You can kind of make some changes as you go along, or if something doesn't work, or it needs to be shifted over to here just because compositionally it works better. So yeah, I work in Photoshop with tablets, and I probably, by the end of this, if you know about file size, I would have like 1,000 different layers because I save everything, and it's just a monster of a piece, and I work really large digitally, like these, I think.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, we're getting close?
I was going to say, I think we're getting close here. We better be watching the
Okay.
live stream because I'm seeing some, there's not many pieces left on the side
So
there.
Yeah.
54 minutes in.
So this is a little longer. It's a tougher one. Good job, Dean. You're giving them their money's worth, so to speak.
Good.
They're getting a little extra time out of this than we might normally get.
And that's
but
the
yeah,
Peace Corps
we've kind of been
team.
showing a lot of the top teams. That you put the betch in You Betcha, or we put the betch in You Betcha team with the kind of, forest green shirts. They're kind of, I think, the favorites coming into this because they have been dominating a lot of the bigger competitions that happen in the country. The St. Paul Winter Carnival, they just won that really handily. And now here we go. We're going to maybe see a bit of an upset with the Kelly.
Oh,
Kelly
it's
Walter,
it's getting
Andrea
frantic now
Penn
right here.
team. Yeah, right.
I see it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we're going to side by side.
It's funny
so
how
you
they
can
just
see.
left just one little section that they're kind of closing in on. I would have imagined that it would have been spotty. This people work on different ones, but it looks like that they're really honing in.
What is the section that it looks like to you that they have left to work on?
It looks like just above the robin, yeah.
Yeah, where the little flowers are, kind of in that area. Lots of leaves in that area. So yeah, that can be tough with
Yeah,
leaves.
exactly. There's a little bit of not duplication, but very similar
looking things.
areas.
Yeah.
So I think that can get a little confusing.
So
Now keep in mind, this isn't the end. When they yell, they're not even going to yell done at this point. They're just gonna immediately
throw it away and start a new one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The judge has to make sure all the pieces have been put together. Then they just
I
break
think
it
I
and
just
pull it into
finished.
the box.
Okay, yeah, we
There
have
it
our
is.
first finisher of the
there
first
they
1,000.
go. Look at
There
that.
it
I
goes.
know.
No,
Aren't you going to look at it and admire it?
No, and now they've pulled out the second one. We got to wait until they get the
Look
other
at
one.
that.
There
Oh,
they
I'm
go.
curious to
It's
see what the next one is.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well,
And we're going to find
we
out.
can finally
As soon
reveal
as
it.
they unveil it, we get to
Yeah, we get
unveil
to
ours.
unveil it.
But they're
We'll show it
empty.
on
Make
there
sure
as
the
well.
package, there's no pieces left in that wrapper.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Look at that.
This
It's an
one-
Elspeth McLean.
Yeah. I think this one is going to be a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, we know.
It's really pretty. So we have an astrology.
It is
So
very
what's the name
beautiful.
on that, on the edge there?
This is called, Celestial Constellations.
It's really pretty.
Yeah,
So
there
she-
it is on screen. You can see it. Get a
Okay.
really good look at it.
Oh,
Look
and
at
is
that.
Elspeth here? Somewhere
Yes,
in
she
the
is
building?
here.
She
Elspeth
is.
is here. So we'll make sure to have Elspeth join us a little later. But yeah, I'm going to be very curious to see how this goes because
Yes, I didn't get the
It's
time.
a nice
but
contrast too,
Right.
with the two
to
puzzles.
your
Mine
puzzle, yeah,
is brighter, warmer colors, and hers are more
Yep.
subdued and yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Blue dominant.
Yeah, it's really a lot of blue. And what's funny is, last time we had that 1,500 piece underwater,
blue.
and that was a lot of blue. And people were
Right.
like, "What are they doing to us?" And then here we go with this. I think they're going to be thinking we have it in for them or something. But I do think that if you really get in the minutia of Elspeth's piece, sure, it's a lot of blue, but each pattern is different.
Yeah.
So if you can zero in on, okay, I need the one that has like 3 layers of pink dots, maybe that helps you to make that work. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what they think. And now, the second group
we put the Betch and You Betcha.
Yep, they just finished. And
Lauren Couts and
I think it's going to be
Dawn
so hard
Rasmussen,
to say.
So 57.
Yeah, who's going to do well on this one? Because this is detailed, and I just saw Sarah when her reaction looking at the puzzle was like, oh. So, yes, they're in for a challenge, and we like to do that. This is the national championship overall. Right. We can't make it too easy on them.
So we made it under an hour for the first one. For the
56 and 57
minutes.
Yeah,
I'm curious, too. I think last year I was kind of surprised how fast mine went as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, no, this is going to... Because it takes me like a week to do it, so I can't imagine people can do it so quickly. But
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm gonna say,
this is gonna be tough.
What do you think?
So
I think this one will take them at least an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, okay.
Maybe. That would be my prediction.
I'm going to say 128 for that one.
Okay, nice.
But you combine the times together. So
yeah, we do at the end. And they have, we only gave them 3 hours to do 2 1,000-piece puzzles.
Yeah, this is 3 hours.
This could be tough
in
for
past
folks
tournaments. The team that finishes the first puzzle, they obviously have the advantage to finish the second one. But are they sometimes...
Doesn't always matter, right? If the second one doesn't play into their strengths, they can struggle with it.
So they just,
we'll see.
Maybe get the times. They just flash. So the first couple have been entered.
Right.
So the piece core, and that is, I can't see the time, 56:54. Is that what that says there?
Yep, 55:54.
55:54. And then the
next
second
one was 57:41 on the next one.
57:41. Yep. So just under 2 minutes later. So about about a minute and 47 seconds or something like that difference between the first two. Oh, there's a nice, we haven't really had a view that way.
Shot.
So here's the cameraman right here getting the shot of Karen.
And so now those guys, they're still working on the first one, but they're close. I think it'll be pretty soon that they're going to finish.
That's a great little camera shot. We have not done the table.
No, right, that is great.
Of those.
So how many teams are here?
How many what?
50. How many teams?
How many teams? There's 50.
So there's 200 people working on, because 50 teams of 4.
And this is a final match. We didn't do preliminary rounds for the teams, and the winners will get a $3,000 prize.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot on the line for
table,
folks. But we're excited to see how it shakes out.
Now, was 50 the cutoff?
It's what we had space for here. Last time in 2022, we only had 33 teams compete, and then we thought, maybe it's easier to fill the individual pair, and then this year they filled within a few hours.
Right. Wow.
So, but next time I think we'll probably have a bigger venue so we can accommodate more. But we're excited that a lot of the teams in here are really great and have competed before and are well familiar with speed puzzling, so we should see some fun times. But knowing which two, your puzzle and Elspeth's, that 3-hour mark is going to be a challenge for a lot of these folks. We might have a lot of people that don't get through both, but we'll see.
Certainly.
We'll see how it goes.
So it's an hour 1 into the competition, so an hour and 59 minutes left, so we're a third of the way through this competition.
Right.
So far.
So if you think difficulty level, how much harder do you think this is to yours?
Alex, harder for me.
Yeah. I saw people in the chat immediately were like, I'll do the orange part.
Okay.
People immediately were like, I would claim that right away. Right. But, the constellations do give you some indication. Each of them has a different kind of center, so hopefully that helps.
That you put in there too.
Yeah, and then all these little extra things in between. And actually, I think that some of that will help to indicate for people what they're working on. So I do think there's lots of little hints in there. More than anything, it's going to be interesting for people to kind of adjust their eye to this from what they just did with your puzzle.
Right.
Because it's quite different. Yours was a little broader
and I'm
color
thinking
palette.
with the Ravensburger backing is blue too. I wonder if that gets a little confusing.
Right. So 48 teams are still working on your puzzle, Dean, and only 2 are working on this new puzzle.
Okay.
But it's fresh now that we're just kind of showing people here, but most everyone is still working on yours.
I heard from Misty just now on the floor that the Sisters Squared, Reuters and Betsy and Robin, they're also really close to finishing. So we could be looking at them for a third spot there. And
that would certainly make sense because the Reuters sisters have dominated in the pairs. And
it looks
they've been really,
Karen
really good
over there.
Yep.
It looks like
they're getting so close. Look how
there's
fast
the Reuters on screen right now.
20 pieces
there
left.
they go.
Oh, and they just finished. Okay, 103.03 it looked like, roughly.
Right, so they're in third right now.
Look
at that. They just folded up. Sorry, Dean.
It looks like there might be some missing pieces on that one.
Somebody in the comments actually did say, "Oh, that's so sad. They're folding his puzzle immediately, putting it away." I feel bad reading.
Your comment, it was great. They didn't even look at it to admire it. He's just like, fold it in the box. What's the
it's
next
all about
one?
Oh, there, and those guys right behind.
Oh, okay,
so
great.
Look at that. Yeah,
so
right
that
behind
was 103.35-ish or so for the
Karen's team
Golden
just
State
finished.
Misfits, right.
Yep. Well, I think now that we have about 4 teams getting Elspeth's puzzle out, she's recording it. I love this. She's getting the reaction of them as they get the puzzle out. Yeah. But I do think, we got to get her over here to talk about it. So thank you so much for joining us, Dean.
Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Great to
I'm
meet you,
so
Dean.
glad you did the puzzle
doing
for us again.
Oh, sorry, a puzzle signing as well.
Absolutely.
In a little bit.
I'd be
after
thrilled
this,
to do it.
After the
absolutely.
competition, people can come and get their puzzles signed by Dean. So we hope everybody does that who's here.
That's
and
awesome.
enjoy the rest. You going to be able to
much.
stay for tomorrow?
No, just for this evening.
Okay,
but,
you'll head back
I'll
later.
Sign as many as they want me to sign.
Can, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so
Fantastic.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. She stayed on.
Oh. Okay, Wicked Quick is finishing right now. That's who we're seeing on screen. So we just talked to them earlier today, and there they are, doing really well. Come on over, Elspeth. This is so exciting for everybody out there who's an Elspeth fan.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, welcome. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm Jeff, by
Yes.
the way, and
Hi,
then
Jeff.
We met
Valerie.
last night. Yeah.
Okay, you've met.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We're so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
What is this like for you?
I feel like I'm in a different dimension. It's a happy place for sure. It's just been such an amazing experience, both to meet people that know my puzzle so well and follow me and support me like that. That means a lot. And also to see what they're doing. These are champions. I am just in awe of them. Please tell me your secrets. I want to join and be one of you too.
Well, I was going to say, people in the chat, I love it. They're immediately when your puzzle came out, they were like, "Oh no!"
It's a tricky one, but there are a lot of clues. This is probably the most labor-intensive puzzle that I've created with Ravensburger, and there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of revisions, and so there are a lot of clues. It looks like there's a lot of the similar colors, but there's size and shape and pattern to play with that I really think and hope will create a really fun puzzling experience for sure.
I'm sure for a speed puzzler, they look at this and are like, "Oh, I don't know," but I do think you're right. I think once you get into the minutia of it,
exactly,
you start to see the patterns and the
for
differences.
sure. And then I think that's all the more rewarding because it's like I did it.
Yeah, right. That's our hope. That's
These are our
hope.
champions, so they're going to show us. How
why
it's done,
they're the
How
for
it's
sure.
done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, so tell us about that process because did you know immediately, that this was going to be in the championships, or did you just start this on its own and then found out that it was going to be part of USA Nationals?
So, I had the idea to do something space-themed back when I was working on the Colour Your World collection that I said to Rachel, I have this idea, and Rachel's like, let's tuck that away in our pockets for later. And then when they invited me to come here, and it was a big yes, Rachel's like, okay. So, yeah, there were a lot of revising my artwork, and I have worked with a space theme before, and Rachel saw that I had done these constellation stones, and she thought, well, everyone, every month has a star sign, and that has a constellation that correlates to it. And she said that's a really fun way that everyone can relate to something in a puzzle, because it's like, there's your star sign. So there's something that's personal for everyone in there. So then the idea was, okay, how can we do this? Are we using the stones? Are we creating a painting? And so we did a whole new theme. For me, was that we were using the stones and a painted background piece of art.
Well, I was just going to say, when you look at this, you kind of think like, okay, that looks like a painting.
Yes.
But it's not, right?
Yeah, the bottom piece is.
Right.
But placed on top are the painted stones. And so, and those were really fun, that I've painted in this collection stones in a way I've never painted them before. Like, we've got the shooting stars, we've got some comets. And so for me, that was a really fun way to like reveal to the world, hey, I've got this new thing that I'm going to be doing now. And this is where it's revealed.
Technique.
So exactly. So it's like, these are the first people in the world to see
so exciting.
what I've created, and like, I've got more ideas to be playing with. So it was created specifically for nationals, and also it had to be very wary of giving away clues and adding different pops of color and shapes, for sure.
A lot of people in the chat are saying, well, first off, love, can't wait to buy this, just dying to do it. And then a lot of other people are pointing out some good strategy ideas, which is this going to end up being one that people sort meticulously, so that you can sort by the texture or the differences in the color or the differences in the size of the dots, and then have your little pile to put together your little bit. So it could work well for a team.
Exactly. And so the constellation stones, for example, it's not like the circular pattern, it's just like there's several colors there, so you just need to look for like groupings of colors, and then like the surrounding circles, they're all different colors. I did some color mapping, which I'm really excited that I can share that on social media now. I recorded my whole process, because it was like, with creating this, and it's been really hard to keep a secret, because we are so excited about this one. I can't wait to show everyone out there the background story and how we chose it. Like, everything was like meticulously thought out. So I'm really excited to hear how people strategize this, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's great. I do think that, this is different. I think you do such a unique style in your art. It's just so different from a lot of what you see out there in puzzle art. And so we were super excited that it was going to be part of the mix here, because it's not something you would typically see at a competition, and it is just so gorgeous. I love them. I get such a nice vibe. I know I told you that last night, but they're just so... I don't know that they lend themselves to speed, because I find it really calming.
I know. I call them more like a leisurely, totally. But I think I've been practicing doing them at speed, and I think it's a whole different part of your brain to use, which is it's good to shake things up and freshen things up a little bit.
I do think you should be prepared for the comments, though. There's a fair number of people. When we had the World Competition 2023, we had this Boston skyline. It was a futuristic Boston skyline. I don't know if you saw that. And it was this really vibrant pop art kind of piece, but it was basically a bunch of tiny little colored squares. And when it was the pair final, and it was 1,000 piece, and people pulled it out and were like, that's like scary. And it became known in the chat as the Orange Hell puzzle. And I have already seen a few blue hells, a little bit, so no offense.
Oh no, I'm prepared for it. It's all good.
Don't take offense. It's a gorgeous puzzle, but people understand that this is a lot of blue.
It's challenging. Yep. And we've already been talking about, like, what do we think people are going to tackle first?
Right.
I think the sun. What do you
I do too,
what do you
100%.
think?
We
100% the sun, and maybe the moon.
Right.
'cause there's
Yep. Down
a
in this corner
different-
and the other corner.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I think you're 100% right. That was another comment in the chat. As the minute it was revealed, people were like, "I'll do the orange part."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause, yeah, it's like that would be what your eye is drawn to
looking at some
immediately.
of
It's
these.
like, oh, I
and
want
it,
to
like,
do the sun.
pops out. Yeah, for sure.
It'll be interesting to see the teams and who ends up working on that on their team. If it were my team, we would give that to the fastest person because the more you
really?
get in the puzzle to build off of, the better. So you want the people who are the fastest really getting in and diving in and starting to do those
That makes
pieces
sense.
that
There's
are
your
big.
The sun's already
Yep,
done
there
up
it is.
there
Yep,
in
and
the-
Kelly and them have
top
already
of the
done it.
corner.
What are they? Oh, they've got
Yep.
some of the purple going.
Yep,
Oh,
they got
maybe
the
a bit of
purple
the moon.
going.
They're doing good.
Yeah, they're doing well.
So that was the team that finished Dean's puzzle first.
Yes.
So now yours is the
Okay.
second.
Yes.
So
Yep.
most of the people are still on Dean's puzzle.
Yep.
And just the first, like, how many in the
Oh,
are
yeah, I
we
can
seeing?
check
Like
how many have
4
finished now.
people are on your puzzle now because
Right,
it's
and
back to
we're-
back, and they have to do them in order. Dean's
And
first.
we've got they've got
Yep.
3 hours.
Yep.
And we're
Total,
at an hour 15.
Okay, we've been doing
13,
pretty good.
25
we
right there,
actually,
so
it
that
looks
little-
like we have 9 groups that have finished
9
first
finished.
Dean's
So-
puzzle.
So,
So that's
there's 9
pretty
working
good.
on yours now.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Have
so
you been able to go around and like I saw you taking some video of one of the teams pulling your puzzle
Unboxing
out.
it. I know, and yeah, I'm so glad that I was allowed to come into this little corner because we were tucked away back there, and I couldn't see. I'm like, this is the first time I'm seeing it out of the box too,
Right,
so
right.
I definitely.
Did you get any reaction from them when they?
You know what? Luckily, I heard this is cool, so I was like, okay, I'll hold on to that one. That came from Karen Puzzles. So
All right.
nice shout out, Karen.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, I know it's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Well, like I
yeah.
said, we like to challenge them. Last year they had 2 1,000s and a 1,500.
I know that's exhausting.
It's so
Yeah,
exhausting.
yeah,
This year it's
yeah.
a little easier with 2 1,000s.
It is, but yeah, finishing off another puzzle. I'm like, how do you cleanse your brain from the
Yeah.
previous one? Like,
Right.
you know, when you're with food, you smell some coffee, and it like cleanses your palate. Like, how
Yep.
do you cleanse your puzzle palate?
Right.
Does anyone have it?
I don't know, actually. That's a
I'm
good
like,
question.
because I know.
Announcement that we have the top 10 teams finished with the first puzzle so far. Congrats to them. Woo-hoo. Everyone else, keep on puzzling. You may or may not want to look at the next puzzle. Keep on puzzling as fast as you can.
They just don't want to get distracted. So we're at an hour and 15 in right now. So
Nice.
we have
It
an
goes
hour
so
45
Yep.
yet to go. So certainly some are going to finish, but we'll see how many. Now they're just about to wrap up Dean's
yes.
puzzle and
Yep.
move on to yours. And that's so that's Jessa.
I
We're not
definitely
sure. They
think
must
that
be down the row
Yeah.
a little bit here.
I was going to say, I think anybody who finishes after the hour and a half with Dean's
gonna be hard to finish
It's going to
a
be hard to
second
get your
puzzle.
right.
Yeah,
right.
yep.
So then we could be looking at like that, maybe kind of the cutoff of how many are going to actually finish both.
Yep, yep.
But you know, you never know. You know what's funny is that if you talk to a lot of these puzzlers, they all were cramming on your puzzles for the last couple of weeks to
I've been
prepare.
seeing online. That's
right?
it. Yeah, for sure.
So they're studying up, and they've been just like doing every Elspeth puzzle they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
How many puzzles have you done for Ravensburger now?
So this is number 6.
Okay.
Six.
Oh no, 7. Yeah.
Oh, is this
7?
seven?
Really?
Okay.
Now
Yeah,
it's
and
the
I've
7.
also been with Ravensburger for 7 years now.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Averaging
yeah.
one a year
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So how much art did you do before you did the puzzles here? I mean, you were an established artist.
Yeah, it's been my full-time work since 2010, so for 14 years, but I've
Okay.
been working in this style for nearly 20 years now, so
Wow.
yeah.
And you're still creating some of your own projects
Yes,
outside of
absolutely.
the Ravensburger
yes.
line?
And that's what actually led to a lot of the ideas for the Color Your World collection, like the Happy Beads one. That was an Instagram challenge that I had been doing, painting these beads, and
Oh, cool.
Rachel from Ravensburg was like, I think these will make a great puzzle, and that was really exciting for me because it was like, I do more than just the mandala stones, so that was a really great thing for me as an artist, was to be able to showcase the different things that I do. So,
Literally a couple practiced that in here last night.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed them. I was here
Yeah,
quite late.
I was here till late, and we're supposed to close the room at 11, and they were like, "Can we finish?" And so I stayed in here with them until about 11:30, and I was
good.
like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
good for you.
finish the puzzle,
Yeah.
go ahead."
Yeah.
But yeah, they were doing that one. So I mean, they're so
Yeah.
vibrant and just, I mean, yeah, they're just lovely. I
Thank
just
you.
absolutely love it. What's it been like? Talking to puzzlers, have they been giving you feedback? Have they, what have people said?
Yes, like people, like all in all, have been very supportive. They have been expressing a little bit of fear, for sure, and they were very sweet and reassuring me. It's nothing personal,
Right.
But in general, everyone's just been super supportive and encouraging and just really sweet. Elizabeth gave me some puzzle
those
earrings.
are amazing.
I know.
Most of the ladies
Very nice.
seem to be
I
wearing
know.
puzzle piece earrings.
And
Yes.
that's what it was. I was chatting to her and I was like, I wish I had some. And she's like, I have some for you. So that's the sort of community we're looking at
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So,
Everybody's so
now
sweet.
I'm like, I want to make some puzzle piece earrings with my dots.
Right,
So,
you should, yeah.
keep an eye out.
Yeah,
for
get on
those.
that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So personally, it's Elspeth McLean.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I don't know if we ever got your last name in when we
Yeah.
did the
Yeah,
original.
we should
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
why I
exactly.
wanted to say that. And so you're from Australia
Originally from Australia.
and now you're in Canada,
Yes.
is what
Yes,
I
yeah.
read. I did a little Google search and came up with a little bit on you. So, but just to
Yeah.
get some of that out for folks as
Sure.
well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how long have you been out of Australia and in Canada?
14 years.
Oh,
14
wow.
years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about the time you really
Became an
started
artist.
And
puzzle-
Yeah.
that's actually how it happened was because when I first came to Canada, I married a Canadian. I wasn't allowed to work here. In Canada,
sure.
I didn't have a working visa. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm going to really focus on my art. And I did. And because I'd moved to a whole new country, it was really the place where I poured a lot of my time and energy into like expressing myself of how this big change from moving across the world and leaving behind my family and friends and all that was familiar.
Sure.
So that was kind of, that explosion in my art really came out of that time where I really couldn't do anything else. So I never dreamed
Yeah.
that art would be a full-time thing for me, but it
Look at what happened.
Right?
And then
And we're
look at
glad.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh, thank
we
you.
are because
Yeah.
it's just a pleasure. Yeah.
So a quick question then. So art, even though you didn't have a work permit, doing your own art didn't fall under those restrictions.
Yeah,
then?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Like in the beginning, I was just building up a collection, and so, and then eventually I did get my residency, and even so, like I mainly work online now. I do a few public art events a year and art gallery showings, which are a lot of fun, but that didn't come until a little bit later after I got my residency.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, I got a lot of the building up a collection as an artist. It's nice to build up a body of work. So that was just one of those moments in time that afforded me that opportunity.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we all benefited from that
Thank
then.
you.
Yes, of course. Great.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you so much for coming by
Thank
and
you for having
sharing
me.
your insight. And we're just so excited that you could be here this
Oh, me
weekend.
too.
And
You're
see
doing
this.
an artist signing while you're
I
here,
am,
right? So
and
people
I
can-
have some of my mandala stones here, so people can
Oh,
look at them
very cool.
and the tools I paint with.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even so, people are like, what do you mean you painted it? But like a lot of people still think it's computer art, but it's like it's all real. So
It's like physical
Yeah,
stones.
I'm really
I mean,
excited.
the reason is because it's so exact, Elspeth.
I know,
It's like, how do you get them to all be identical like that?
I know, and I don't know. I think that's like
That's
20
why it looks
years.
digital, because you're just
Yeah.
like, there's no way that somebody could get this perfect.
My early work definitely not, but it was like these all
practice,
these people
right?
here. It's practice,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
practice makes perfect, of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
I don't know. That is
Well,
so funny.
I'm excited for you to watch it
Yeah.
start to finish.
Yes.
I know this is so cool. Okay, we've seen some.
It's going to be great. I think I'm going to actually maybe have Allie come over and give us a floor report, and I'll go with you. We'll go look around
All right,
because
excellent.
I want you to get to look around before you have to go back to the spectator area.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah,
Elspeth.
yeah.
Me too.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Great luck in your
Yeah, yeah.
continued career with
Thank
Ravensburger
you.
and
Thank
on your own.
you. Thanks so much.
right?
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead and walk through and look, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, my. She's so lovely and enthusiastic and, boy, thrilled. And I don't blame her. I mean, oh,
I
my.
know, right?
What a showcase to unveil one of your pieces of art.
I know, it's great. And I love that she understands that, it's going to be tough for people. So I love that because, yeah, she clearly gets it. But, I mean, I do think, even though this is tough, and sure, you look at it and go, oh, gosh, how are we going to do this quick? I mean, it is a lovely thing to look at.
Yes.
It's not like eye straining whatsoever. It's relaxing for the eyes, I would say.
Two different, one is, artwork to look hanging on the
Right,
wall.
right,
the other is
yeah.
to actually have to piece it together 1,000 at a
exactly,
time.
right.
So to look at it, it's aesthetically beautiful to work on the pieces.
Yeah. We wanted to see the progress now
Yes.
of the teams that are working on the blue puzzles.
this
So
is
we
the
shifted over. This is the
Golden
Misfits and
State
Karen's
Misfits,
team.
yep.
And as you can see, everybody's getting that orange section together. They're immediately working on that and knocking that out. And then it's figuring out what's next and what's going to work. And a lot of them are picking, just like Elspeth said, they're picking the centers of the stones that have some color differentiation and maybe slightly different patterns in the background. What's going to get hard is when you get into the concentric circles.
Yes.
But I have done these puzzles. I love these. I think they're just really lovely to do. And you do start to see the patterns.
And now here's the
Yep,
team right there,
that's
the You Betcha.
We put the Betcha You Betcha team, the Minnesota
the
team.
Minnesota
Yep.
team there right here, and seeing they're definitely making progress. But it's nice to get views of some of the other teams. One that they just showed, the gentleman with the shaved head there, like a shot or two ago. They didn't even have the border done, but they had the sun done.
Yeah,
It's like we just get that
Doing
done
that first.
even before the border. Because
This is
that
actually
border,
one, the border's not going to be easy on this. This is not one that's going to necessarily help you at all. I wouldn't be
right.
surprised if borders come together sort of piecemeal throughout the puzzle. And then we see it kind of maybe come in at the end even, because when you're looking at that, that border, although if somebody was working on the border, they might get a sense of the textures of the different stones and maybe, just have an idea, because if you really look at the box,
right,
you could make out what areas those go in, the different border
They made
pieces.
sure,
Yep.
even though they look very similar from afar, when you're
Right.
looking at it up close, as you were saying before, that
Yep.
they definitely differentiated those, knowing that it would be pretty tough
Yes,
if that didn't happen.
Exactly.
These ladies here are
Yep.
getting
Still some
close,
folks working
but
on
still,
the Dean McAdam,
yeah,
and we're
probably,
not at the 1.5 hour mark yet. But as we said a little earlier, I think if you haven't finished Dean's puzzle in an hour and a half, then you're probably going to struggle to get the next one done under the 3 hours.
Yes.
But
yes.
I don't know. I'm a little worried looking at the teams that still have an hour and a half to go and have been working on this for a half hour already. Is that enough progress in a half hour? Are they going to finish?
In another hour
we'll
and a
see.
half. They'll still have another hour.
Yeah, they have
and
an
a half.
hour and a half, but some of these now have been working on this for about 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, or
So-
even a half hour on a couple of these because they're close to.
Oh my gosh, we got some screaming over in the
Hey,
corner.
okay.
Diarn from Australia.
So the
they're all-
international team
they
finished
just pulled
the first
out
and pulled out the second one.
Yeah, but
That's great. So just out of curiosity, as we come up on the midway mark of the competition, how many folks have finished that first puzzle? Because we're doing
Right.
split times here.
oh right, yeah, we'll look at that.
So we'll just check that out.
Sure.
The first piece. Oh, and Elspeth is over there
Elspeth
working on
is
her
over
own
there
puzzle.
puzzling. Oh,
Her
I
own
love
puzzle.
it. So Elspeth has joined the expedition team, the international expedition team, to work on her own puzzles. So that's exciting.
The jig is up. Houston, we have a puzzle.
Yeah, that we've had 15 teams finish the first one. for Dean
15
McAdams.
out of 55.
Right, yeah,
At the
or out of
almost
50.
the mid.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Out of 50, I mean,
Yep.
yeah. And we're
And about
at
the
an hour 27 right
yep.
now. So we're about the halfway mark. pieces in a pot. Okay, so we'll just go back. And the Peace Corps, Andrea Peng, Kelly Walter. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you bet. You guys go ahead.
All right, we're going to tag in with Allie. I've been waiting for this moment and to talk with one of the other fellow board members because, when we were shown this puzzle by Ravensburger and we were working on getting this ready for the competition, we were a little worried.
Yeah. When we first saw it, it was in development still, and they said, we're not quite done with it. There will be kind of more filled in, and we assumed that meant color. And then later on, when we were like, what did that end up looking like? Yeah. And they showed us, we're like, well, they're going to hate us.
We also said the thing I see a lot in the comments, which is, that's a lot of blue. So you all know, you all get it. Like, we had the same reaction, but I also have faith in these top teams, and they're going to do it.
Yeah,
they're going to finish it.
They're figuring out that there's like little tiny sections throughout the puzzle. Mm-hmm. So I've seen a lot of them like starting to put those sections together and where they go, filling in maybe a little rough, but I think this might still be better than the mermaid puzzle from last time, which was also a lot of blue.
It was a lot of blue, and I think the mermaid puzzle maybe was a bit more challenging because it was just tentacles everywhere.
Yeah. And it was a 1,500 piece, too.
Right.
So
and
they're welcome.
This has recognizable patterns.
Yeah.
It's just going to take you a while to get used to them and pick them out.
Yeah. I asked one of the teams on my way over how they felt about it, and there was maybe some swear words in there.
Well, we asked Elspeth before you came over, we asked her, are you prepared for people to maybe be a little salty? And she was just like, of course. But she was like, watching the Misfits team over here as they pulled it out of the bag, and she said, Karen said, this is cool. And she was like, thank goodness.
I feel like Karen likes really difficult
puzzles.
Does.
She likes the busy stuff.
Cool, all white, this looks great.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right?
whoa, Karen.
I know. She takes on challenges in her videos that I would just be like, no, thank you.
That
I would never
9,000 like constellation one. I think it was 9,000 like constellation.
That thing.
When she got to all dark pieces, I was like, wait.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm sure
bad.
there's Karen fans out there, like you've seen her videos. She really is up for a challenge, and we've given it to her. So
yeah, have fun with that. Well, I was talking to Elsbeth yesterday, and she was saying that she was so excited when we finally announced that she was coming, because she's like, I didn't tell anyone, like friends, family, no one. And so she was so excited, but then she was saying last night that she was so excited to finally like have like the secret revealed, like what the puzzle was. Yep. But she was saying, she was prepared for that.
What's crazy, and I don't know what happened. All I know is when we showed Dean's puzzle at the beginning, I don't know if Ravensburger posted both the puzzles on their website for sale.
What happened.
Oh, you do know, because people in the chat were like, wait till they see the next one. And I was like, wait, you know what the next one is? How are you seeing this? That's not been revealed.
It was on our results page, I believe.
Oh,
yeah,
you
because you have to post
result.
it all up there.
Right. Okay.
But we saw that and we were like, well,
it doesn't matter.
Competitors will see it,
right? They're not online
and it's fun
during
for
this.
the live stream because they're like, which is how we felt too.
Exactly. I actually saw Amelia Puzzles from Worlds. You would remember her. I think she was in here, and she was the one that was like, I can't wait to see them react to the blue hell. So I warned Elspeth. We went from orange hell at Worlds at the Boston Puzzle to blue hell at Nationals. But I've been kind of relishing this moment and looking forward to it. I say this with like a hint of, maniacism. Because honestly, I think it's fun that at every major competition you have one kind of doozy.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
memorable,
not,
right?
It's not fun if there's not a little bit of pain.
Right? It's always the thing that everybody remembers.
Absolutely.
Everybody who walks away from Worlds is like, that pair final, the puzzle, that broke me kind of thing.
Right.
And, this could be that one for this. But I also don't want to say too much because, we could have another of these tomorrow. You don't know.
True. Is this the doozy is the question.
Right.
I did pass by my teammate Lindsay's table on my way over, and I said, is this better or worse than Worlds? Meaning the New York night sky with the skyline.
Allie, you
and
know
the
the answer
snow.
to that, right? This is better.
Every puzzle is better than that one, except for perhaps all black.
Right?
She said, at least we'll finish this one.
Right? I do think that will go down in history as like the most evil puzzle choice ever for a competition. I don't think I've ever competed in anything where I've been as frustrated as that. And, no shade, Alfonso. We get it. You didn't have a lot of choices.
He said the other choice was like a bunch of rubber duckies, right? Which would have been, I think, worse.
Yes, it would have been worse because at least we got the bridge and the skyline together on that one.
The bridge made us feel like we could do it.
Right? And then you had like 1,000 pieces left and it was all the same and it was just like, oh no.
And there was no shape sorting to be done.
No.
It was just like all standard cut, 2 innings, 2 outies.
I do wonder if we're going to see some shape sorting come into play, and I actually think that would be good because we haven't seen that at all yet. There really hasn't been a need.
Right. So you're right. For that reason, a doozy is good.
Right. Yeah. You got to switch it up. And I think it also is just fun to see how teams react because going into it, I've had, Dean asked while he was here, he was like, well, so is it basically whoever finished the first one is going to be the winner? And it's like, no,
absolutely
because
not.
This could totally change things up because these puzzles are not alike. One of them was, still a challenge. What did you think? How long it took them to do Dean's? I thought that would maybe be quicker.
What was the finishing time?
I think, let me pull it up for Dean's, but it wasn't as fast as I would have expected.
Had guessed they could have been like 105-ish. Oh, okay, they did a little better than I thought. I'm not surprised. I think it was like misleadingly difficult,
right?
Because it's so busy.
So it wasn't like a 40-minute 1,000.
Right.
We had some right around that at Worlds, so definitely a little more challenging. But still, you had 2 that finished in under an hour. And but one of the things I noted earlier is like if people aren't done with the Dean one by now, probably not going to be finishing, right?
How much time is left? What day is it? We're at 1:32.
It's Saturday. We only gave them 3 hours for this division.
Okay.
So they only have an hour and
25 by now. Agreed. They're not going to finish. Hopefully, I'm hoping that everyone can maybe finish the first one. Do you think?
I think so. I think most people will finish the first one.
Yeah.
But whether they get through this other one is another story.
Jeff and I were saying, I was saying to Jeff that I feel like we have maybe more experienced teams, more experienced people in our team's division than maybe the rest because it sold out so quickly. So I feel like it was like the people in the know who got
the
signed
ones that
up.
are really hardcore.
Right.
Like, we want to do this. We sold out in like 2 hours.
Right.
And I think you're right. It's like the people who were sitting there ready to hit the button the minute it opened are the more serious puzzlers.
Exactly.
So I think that's a good call. You're probably right. We'll have a lot of them that'll finish the first one. It's funny too because this is so fun. We don't ever get the chance to talk like this. We're so busy talking about who's going to be in the panel room to open this and who's going to do it. It's all logistics for us.
And then 6:05
right,
and then 6:07.
Yes, so we're talking.
Is the most fun.
Right. This is the most fun we have is this moment on the live stream where we get to talk in detail about this puzzle that we've been obsessing over. Right?
Let's just do this all day.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool.
Wait, I'm already doing that.
Oh, cool. I've just been running around like a crazy person. I have the most ADD this weekend.
No, it is fun for us to get to see it all come to fruition. And
I'm loving it.
What's been the vibe when you're walking around? Like,
I feel like, there was definitely some kind of grumbling about this. But I think what was really fun, especially when we got started, the energy was so high.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is stoked. Like, it's towards the end of the weekend. I guess midway through the weekend.
Yeah,
I know.
It's only Saturday. We have tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Right?
No, but and there were so many spectators.
Yeah.
I actually, because I'm doing all the, facility stuff, I was like, how do we get the temperature down in here?
Yeah,
it was
got hot in here.
Warm.
Yep, exactly.
So there's a door right by the check-in table, and we had to open that, and those poor people were so cold.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's been a weirdly rainy day here in San Diego. It's not the usual sunny, perfect weather that we're used to.
Yeah.
But
Happens whenever we have people visit.
Exactly.
San Diegans will know what I'm talking
What's
about.
crazy is if you ask like 90% of the people in here, they'd be like, wait, it's raining outside? Like nobody's left
No,
the building.
absolutely
Like,
not.
We're in beautiful sunny San Diego and everybody's in a room puzzling the entire time they're
Yeah.
here.
Like I gave you guys sunglasses as a gift. You're like, cool, we won't use these here though. Which you're right. You are.
Yeah, no. I mean, there is a patio. There's a pool.
Oh
and
wait, at dinner last night, it was kind of sunny on that terrace.
That's true. We had dinner outside last night. That was lovely, but that's the most sun anybody's going to see the whole weekend. 'cause
Absolutely.
Indoor cats. We're all busy puzzling. No time for outdoors and
Yeah.
sunshine.
You know,
Yeah.
but
I know. I'm just enjoying. Yeah, what's going on in the comments?
the scuttlebutt.
Okay, we're watching. Oh yeah, there's the Minnesotan team, the Betches team,
Yeah, they're doing well.
and they're doing well. Look at that. That's actually coming together pretty well.
Yeah.
I want to see Andrea and them.
Yeah,
and see
yeah.
where their progress is
They
because
were-
I haven't looked at theirs in a while. I think this could be where. You know,
Oh, they're there.
the Betch team was second coming into this. The Minnesotan team, just
theirs.
behind Kelly Walter and Becca and Kelly Burr and Kelly Walter, Kelly Burr, Becca and Andrea.
Kelly Burr, not Kelly Burr, like some people
Okay, Burr,
accidentally.
okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
you got it.
I
No,
maybe-
you had it right. I'm making
That
fun
time,
of
I
myself.
probably got it wrong like 10 other times. But anyway, those guys finished just before the Minnesotan team, and now I don't know. I kind of wonder if these guys have gone into the lead.
Yeah, it's interesting because I definitely, I guess I haven't paid as much attention to who's on what team. So I'm like, oh yeah, the You
'cause
Betchas
it changes
are like,
constantly, right? Yeah,
they're the team to watch. But I
Right.
didn't realize. So it's Andrea, Kelly, Becca. Who's the fourth?
Kelly Burr and Kelly Walter.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
a really fast.
Yeah,
team,
right.
too.
That's a really fast team. I mean, we saw this morning Andrea Peng and Kelly Walter, churn out a 500 piece in like what was it, 22 minutes or 23
just
minutes,
under
or just
23.
under 23. It was at 22:56. And then you add Becca and Kelly Burr in there, who are also incredibly
Oh my
fast.
gosh, I'm so excited for them.
I know.
hope they
it's going to be really exciting to see.
Yeah.
And there's the Sister Squared, the Reuters,
Oh, yeah.
and Robin and Betsy. So they're also plugging along.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think some of the fill-in stuff.
it's going to go quick.
Well, but we also might see, we might see a change.
Oh, that's true.
In the lead because
Yeah, we
I
could.
think some might fill in better than the others. It's kind of that endurance mode, if you
Right,
will.
right. Yep. That's true.
yeah.
I do think it helps that a lot of the fill-in stuff is little.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could really do those things individually on their own because we're probably talking like 6 pieces or 4 pieces or something. So,
Right.
like the little comet streaks and
Yeah.
the tiny little stones in between, you aren't going to probably do those till the end.
Well, I think they've done all of these.
oh, the comets they might have
But
done, yeah.
the circles around
Right.
them, that's what they're leaving towards the end.
Yep, yep.
So is that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I think, too, it's just, I mean, again, we had Elspeth here, and she talks about, that's a photo. Like, can you believe that? I mean,
That's a
so,
photo?
Yeah, because those are
What?
actual stones with the dots on them. That's not on a computer.
I
So-
did not know this at all. She probably said that yesterday, and I was like, I'm writing some things.
No, yeah, she explained. So she did a painted background
Mm-hmm.
and then put the stones on top of the painted background, which makes it have that more flat look.
Oh.
But yeah, those are actual painted stones. So you would never know it looking at it. It's so detailed.
That's
and so,
crazy.
like the perfection in terms of the consistency and size of all the patterns. It's crazy to think about that those are real stones.
So wait, what are these?
Yeah, they're painted.
That's painted too?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So the background that
She's
has
even more talented than I thought.
right? It's kind of
I
insane.
did think she was talented.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Oh, they were getting to see the Misfit team. I mean, they're doing
Okay.
pretty well, but there's
Yeah.
still a lot to fill in there.
Yep.
But they have an hour 20. That's enough.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yep. Oh man, we're gonna have to count so many pieces.
Good thing is it's the last competition of the day.
Yes, that's
We're
true.
in the home stretch for
Yeah.
today. But then, I mean, and we talked about this when this started, we're in the finals now, everybody. It's like money on the line. We're getting to the top. This is
serious.
Yes, it's getting serious. So this is our final teams
Yeah,
competition.
actually, it's been kind of nice having the prelims because if they're, I don't know if you've talked about, there's been a couple I don't know if snafu is the right word, but tricky things like earlier for pairs. I think it was Jeffrey Scott, his pair versus Kyle Cosen's pair. Like Jeffrey's pair was missing a piece.
Right, I heard about this.
And they were like 5 seconds apart or something, and the missing piece penalty is 10 seconds. So like if that were finals...
I know, right? You do not want that stuff to happen in a final where it could be the difference between winning prizes and not winning prizes or being, it matters a little bit more.
I just hope everyone's puzzle box has been cut open.
Well, what's funny, too, is we have the missing pieces. I love this. We talked about this with William yesterday, and he's come up with the name. It's the Shandling Shim, which is the little note, the bright yellow note that gets stuck under the piece when we find one on the floor to help draw attention to it. And the Golden State Misfits over here had one under the table. Oh my gosh. Somehow a volunteer stuck a little note under it.
I just imagine someone like under the chair. Just like an arm sticking out.
Exactly. It was like under EB, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how did they get that note under there? But also... obviously, EB spotted it at some point, and it didn't, keep them held
That's
up.
Really good
because
it keeps it from getting kicked around.
Right.
They can find it, but it's not helping them. Not really.
Yeah.
Changing, because we've always debated whether or not you pick that up, right? And which table do you put it on?
Right. Because that could screw somebody up if they spend all this time going, where does this piece go? And it's not even their piece. Like that could be a problem. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's I think that's a good solution.
I do too. I love it. We're gonna have to suggest this to Alfonso for Worlds.
Yeah.
Try this little shim technique.
I need to. It's got to go on the lessons learned.
Right. The lessons learned for next time.
I like that.
But it's okay. That was fun. That was the Wicked Quick team. Oh wow! Look at that. Oh boy. Okay, so that is the Andrea Pang, Kelly Walter, Kelly Burr, and Becca Taylor team. It's so funny they all have green shirts, but I'm calling these the green. This is the green team, and the others is the Minnesota team.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of their team for this group. Do you know what they decided to call themselves?
I'm like, do I have that information? Where are Jeff notes? Wait, I got it. They are the Peace Corps.
The Peace Corps?
The Peace Corps.
Oh,
but
nice.
The Peace Corps. That's so
that's
sweet.
a nice zoom in on
It's
nice
so
closer up shot of. Yeah, look at how pretty that is.
Oh, wait. There we go.
Is that Karen or no? Who is that? I can't tell.
Where?
Right no, it's a different team.
Doug Ellinger.
Oh yeah, that's Doug's team. Yep.
So who's on Doug's team? We've got. It's Jigonometry with Suzanne Riemann. Last names, man. Linnea and Yasmin. Mm-hmm. I was saying yesterday, Doug, Suzanne, and I, we always kind of go back and forth on who beats who.
Right.
So I feel like I have a little rivalry with them. They don't know it though. I think I guess Doug does. We talked about it a little bit at Worlds. We're we're right there. Cool. But it's not the same as my rivalry with Faith.
Right, that's different.
And
Faith is one of the other board members. Mm-hmm. Her and Allie have a fun trade-off of who's going to win contest because it goes back and forth constantly.
It does, and it's by 3 or 4 minutes a lot of times, which is a lot.
Yeah, right. That doesn't make much sense.
It's weird.
I think it's directly related to the time difference and how much sleep you've had.
That sounds right to me. That sounds right.
Although we have teased you about choking.
Oh, absolutely.
So maybe it also has to do with pressure.
Yeah, Faith loves it, and then me, I'm just like, I can't do it. Also, they're like, do you see this landscape? Do this one. And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to. So, but I think we decided I beat her on average a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But then,
okay, sure. I'll take your word for it.
Excuse me, you told me this stat actually when we were filming that YouTube video.
Oh, right.
That was going to be
the duel. Yeah.
And the duel.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then,
okay, look at that. That's
we
getting
got
closer.
Okay,
look at that.
Oh yeah.
I'm
excited for them.
Feeling good for their chances.
I'm excited for Becca because she's one of our she's been an amazing volunteer for this event, and so it'd be a nice reward for her.
Yeah, right. She has put in so much work. Just to clarify, of course, she wasn't involved in the puzzles.
Oh
at all.
Let's see.
She did a ton of volunteering, but she worked with all the sponsors.
Yeah, but no one, and I mean no one else, talked to Ravensburger. We were very specific.
Right.
We were like, we're we would talk about like, oh, we just need to send like this quick thing, and she'd be like, here, you can send this to Ravensburger, because also the volunteers wanted zero to do with any type of. They
didn't want any chance that they would see something that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
So we've been incredibly careful, even though a lot of these folks here have been involved with the planning.
Right.
That was kept top secret.
But they're puzzlers, so they're rule followers, right?
Exactly.
So
they don't want to know.
Even if the images got sent to their email, they wouldn't look.
No, they wouldn't have looked. They'd have been like, oh, no, and deleted it immediately because, that's how much of, like, rule followers we all are.
Yeah.
I've had the hotel staff tell me how much they love this event because everybody's so polite and everybody follows the rules.
Well, that's true for, like, events like Pacific Puzzlers where, like, it's great because they're all they're not. It's not a drinking crowd, which isn't the best when you're at a bar. But they're such rule followers. The bar is like, I don't care. They're not too rowdy. So we actually have the custom cocktails for the sponsors this weekend, and there's also mocktails. And I kept telling the hotel staff, I'm like, the mocktails are going to go like crazy.
Yes, exactly. Nobody wants to jeopardize being like hungover for a competition or something. So everybody's pretty on top of it, and they're serious athletes. They are preparing for a long
their
long
brain
weekend.
is the muscle they're
right
working.
Exactly. Yep. All right, we are getting so close. Do you need to head out at all, or what do you want to do? Do you want to watch some finishes? Do you want me to
I don't care. Yeah, I'm having fun. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. A little bit longer, I think.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So much fun.
I know, this is so much fun. Sorry if we're kind of talking off screen here, everybody. We're just sort of like, okay, what do we do next? But yeah, I think you should stay. Watch some finishes.
Okay.
You don't get to do that part. Usually you're up on the stage or getting ready to make announcements.
That's true.
Or something. And you're not getting to watch. Like, you're going to have to go back and watch the live stream after.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And Faith, is she around there?
I was going to say, we could have Faith come over.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a note.
Because she can watch the finishes, though.
Well, actually, but she should maybe be on the floor.
She should, that's what
in case
I meant,
there anything
she hasn't
happens.
gotten to watch like any finishes because she's been
upstairs all the time
with the
helping
puzzle
with everything
chess
else.
tournament.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, though they look close, but every time they go to the Minnesota team, I think they look close too. And you can see them right from here, and they're just their hands are flying, right? Yeah, their hands are flying.
This is the part that's going to take a little while. I'm not surprised. I thought they would slow down here.
Right?
Yeah.
I love this, reading the comments. I'm just kind of looking at what people are saying. Yeah, I love this. So people are speculating, is it 1 Peace Corps, 2 Betcha, and 3 Misfits? I think that's probably accurate, although the Sisters Squared were really in it too.
Right.
And they could be vying with the Misfits for that 3rd spot.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice, though, because even if they don't make top 3, they will still get prizes.
Yeah. Yep. We have prizes for top 6.
Yes.
Although, money. There's money.
It's like serious money this time, too.
It is. And earlier it was hilarious. We had Lauren and Sarah up here, and I said, well, you guys, you got a shot at winning $2,000 in the pairs. And they were like, what? And then I said, were you not paying attention at opening ceremonies when we made this very special announcement? And they were like, no, we were puzzling. We didn't hear that part.
What? Yeah, of course.
Not to be expected that, they would be chalking and puzzling and not paying close attention. But they were just sort of like, wait, what? We could win money?
Well,
no.
and we waited a while to announce that, right? Because we were like, okay, when do we know for sure? Because we were like, just give them all the money. And we're like, we do have to pay for things. So,
we're a nonprofit, so we do want the money to go back to the puzzling community.
Right, exactly.
But it was sort of a matter of like, let's balance the books here, make sure we're going to make it through the event, and then let's see what we have left over and we can potentially give to puzzlers.
Exactly. Well, and we specifically worked really hard to price the entries very low.
Yeah, we do.
We actually
try hard at that.
the convention passes for the weekend and such actually didn't cover the cost of like the meals, but we worked really hard with our sponsors to get enough support so that we could we wanted to keep it low for people so that everyone could attend.
Yes, exactly. We try our best. Exactly.
So really, we would love to have even more, but we're like, we got to have the space and all of those things.
Man. Look at them go. Look at them go.
They're getting there. How many pieces do you think that's left? 40?
Maybe
50?
40 or 50.
Okay.
This is exciting because Wicked Quick is coming up and they're doing pretty well too.
Yeah. They're getting to the fill-in part here pretty soon. That's where I think we're going to see every team kind of.
Mm-hmm. This is exciting because the Wicked Quick is kind of, new to the scene. So it'll be fun to see them if they make it into the top 5.
That's a great name, too. These team names are awesome.
I know, right? It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, too, because they could have some pieces on top of the puzzle, and then it's like you're not going to be able to see them. This is one where I would not be doing that because those pieces are going to be lost in the shuffle if they're sitting on top.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of rules for our team, but that's one I think we just like try to avoid that. So I know you're on your team. It's a rule.
It's a rule. I am looking at this and I'm shocked because I was a little worried we wouldn't have many teams finish under 3, and now these guys, they're kind of flying, and we could be under 2.
I think you're
under
right.
2 hours, which would be crazy. Because the Dean McAdam took them almost an hour. And so if they make it through this in an hour, I'm just going to be like, wait, what? Like, this isn't nearly maybe as hard as we thought. So what is going on here?
Hold on. Is this not as bad as we thought?
Right. Maybe.
As difficult as we thought. Beautiful.
Right. As difficult.
Difficult.
But it could be that thing where once your eye gets used to seeking out the patterns, it gets easier.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. We've had that before. There's been like little 100-piecers where it's like candies or popsicles or whatever, and the pattern of it, if you do one, then the next one's faster and faster because you kind of get used to that pattern. So I think you might be right. Wow, now they're getting down.
Oh, we're up to 3,300 viewers right now. That's pretty good. That's the top we've been at today, I think.
That's so exciting.
I see people rooting for Let's Go Betchas.
Yes. That's super exciting. We're so excited to have so many people on and watching. It's been so cool to see the audience grow for this.
Right.
I don't know if you talked about the Worlds 2021. There were like 2,000. The top video had like 2,000 views, and our top video had like 20,000 views last time, and then Worlds had over 200,000 views. So we were just like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm glad people like to watch it.
I know, me too. I know. I am going to be excited to see how it grows in viewership. And I have to admit, earlier I went into the restaurant bar area to just like grab a Diet Coke between rounds. Yeah. And they're playing the live stream in the hotel bar. So I had to take a selfie with the television.
Oh my God, I love it.
And be like, hey, look, that's me on the TV in the bar.
I'm famous.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody in there was like, why is that lady taking a photo of the television?
The television where they're showing this weird puzzling?
Yeah, right? I don't think it's weird, though, because I'm quite sure every single person in the hotel bar and in the facility is here for this competition. Oh, so we're getting close.
Is there like 10 pieces left?
Well, they're doing split screen within the 2 leaders there. So on the left, we got the Peace Corps, and on the right, we have the Betcha team. We're there.
Is this also going to be faster?
Is it going to be faster than Dean's?
Oh, wait, no.
No, it wouldn't be, because you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yep. It wouldn't be faster than Dean's, but close.
Cow. I'm so excited.
Oh, I know, right? This is great. This is really exciting.
Okay, I see Faith. She's near.
She's going to be nearby in case they need. I don't think we're going to have to worry about a close finish, though. These guys are going to win it handily. Oh, my gosh. There it is.
Oh, my gosh.
That is amazing.
Oh,
Look
my
at that.
gosh.
Look at that.
I'm so excited.
I am, too. That is really exciting.
Incredible. I can't believe they did it in under 2 hours.
I can't believe it either. Right?
Oh, wow.
I know. I can't believe it. I did not think we'd be looking at under 2 hours for those two.
Crazy.
That
All right,
is
so
really good.
People's complaints might not be
right.
Oh, thank goodness.
We own it now. We're just like, well, yeah, of course we would do this puzzle. There's no question.
This puzzle seemed easy. We thought you guys would have no problem.
I'm shocked looking at that, at how much they have left, the Betcha team, because I thought it would literally be just like within seconds of each other.
I know.
But I do not think what they have left there is going to take them long. I think they're going to get in under 2 hours as well. And let's see. I don't know if the Sister Squared there is going to finish that in under 2.
Oh, no. No, I don't think so. But the Betchas, you might.
So that's, the Betchas might get in under 2. I don't know that anybody else will get in under 2, but I heard Wicked Quick is out there in the running as well.
Wow.
So we're definitely going to get like 5.
This definitely goes to show you that it matters the style of puzzle.
Yep.
I won't be surprised if I hear Sarah say like this is not her style.
Right?
I
not
feel
her
like
jam. Yep.
Because this would also be. It seems like it would be difficult for me, and I feel like anytime that she's like, "That's not my jam," I'm like, "Same." Like the world's final this last year,
the Greek Taverna or Sicilian Tavern or whatever.
I know it killed me by a lot, and she didn't do quite as well as she was hoping.
No,
and
she was like right nipping at Alejandro's heels in her qualifier in one of the semifinals, and then in the next one, it just wasn't her style puzzle, and it just took her way longer. It is.
It kind of maybe it begs the question, like, I guess, what type of puzzle should you be having for finals? Is it something that, like, are you trying to measure who can deal with the endurance?
I don't even think about that. I'm just sort of like what's going to be fun in general, I think, But yeah, you're right. I mean, I think comes into play.
I think general fun is often like fast, probably.
That's true.
And so, like, do you give something that's fast? I wonder if you give something that's generally fast, you're probably going to have those kind of standard expectations. So this kind of is a curveball. So then the question is, should you throw the curveball?
Right.
Which is a question for us, and I don't want to think about it right now.
I know. I don't want to think about it right now either. But you're right. I think it's hilarious when we got to Worlds, and it's weird how maybe it's because we're puzzlers. We think in almost like logical patterns, right? And then we got to Worlds, and we were in prelim divisions, and we were going from a round puzzle to a panoramic, and I was just like, what are they going to do next year? Like throw in some weird shape puzzle we've never seen before from Ravensburger?
It's a bear. There's a bear puzzle.
Like, what is happening right now?
There's starfish.
And so I don't know. I think, it's fun to throw in, like you said, some curveballs.
Yeah. What would be really fun with all of our free time in the future is to host some sort of like, almost like a relay race of puzzles. There's a landscape. There's, something like this. There's a collage.
That's a great idea.
Things like this. Yeah. Then would you get the true measurement? Who's the best overall puzzler?
Right.
So we should plan that really quick after this.
Yes, let's do that. Yeah. As soon as this event is over, we're going to plan another huge event with a relay.
I think probably.
Kidding, folks.
After we
get excited.
sleep
we're exhausted.
for a month.
Right. We're going to sleep for a month or so, and then we'll think about it. But I do think we've talked a little bit about Belgium does this 24-hour competition, and they do so many puzzles in that 24 hours. I imagine you get a little of everything.
Yeah.
I'm dying to do that contest someday. I think we got to make it a goal, Allie.
All right.
We're going to go next year.
I definitely want to.
Belgium.
That would be perfect.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yep. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can watch us instead of us sitting here watching all of them.
I like it.
Although I don't think the Belgium 24-hour live stream is something that exists. I'm a glutton for punishment. Maybe I should live stream it.
Of course. I mean, you would be the best commentator.
I mean, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I can do like 14 hours. What's 24?
It's fine. Just like, do you even need sleep?
Oh my gosh, they're so close. Look at that. They're so close. 10, 12, I love that 20. They're using colored trays. That's interesting. I wonder if they, right? And I wonder if they brought like a bunch of different colors and then picked based on the puzzle. But this is fascinating. Okay. They're so close. So wait a second.
Here? I will shortly have to head out so
Yeah,
that I can
so you can
announce
make announcements.
Elspeth and Dean are going to be doing their artist signing.
Oh, that's right.
So people can get their puzzles signed
Yep.
once they complete them.
I was literally just having this is how blank my brain can be sometimes. I'm like, okay, is this like they're going to be third? No, they're going to be second here.
Okay. Oh, how many? Oh, I'm so excited. I just want to watch. I love it watching the hands go.
Oh, they're missing
no.
a piece. Where did it go?
Luckily,
How
we're
many?
fine.
Yeah, luckily nobody's right behind.
Yeah.
So it's not going to matter.
They should
But
announce.
let's hope
the
they
10
find
second.
it.
They
Yep.
got William
Oh, they
Watson
found it.
there,
It was
good.
on the puzzle.
Like we said.
Look at that reaction from Lauren. She's just like, oh my God.
That's so exciting. Oh, they were just over 2 hours. So
Just over.
one
I know.
team finished under
Right?
2.
I thought they would finish
look,
under
this
2,
is
but
so
yeah.
good.
Oh,
They're
they're
looking
close.
good.
Yeah, I think they're going to get third. But, Misfits are zeroing in, too. I'm looking over at their table from here. We're going to go to them in a second here.
Oh, yeah. That'll be great to see how they're doing.
Okay, yeah.
How
they're
the-
close.
that-
Looking
so-
at that, yeah.
So, did we talk about why they're called the Misfits?
No, well, kind of. I mean, Karen explained it earlier
Oh,
that they
okay.
meshed the two team names because
Right.
they had was it Jigsaw Misfits or Puzzle Misfits before?
Puzzle Misfits,
Yep.
maybe?
And then Golden State Puzzlers.
Which Tammy and I are part of, but
Right.
we're not allowed to puzzle because it's our competition.
Yep.
So they combined. But I told them, please don't love the other teammates more than us because we want to come back to you.
Yes, right?
So-
They're not going to boot you from the team after
No.
this? Okay. I doubt it.
They told me that I bring like pep to our team. So I gotta keep
And
bringing
speed,
that.
Allie. You bring speed
I
as
try.
well.
I
You were a
try.
speedster for sure. I think they're really closely matched. Looking at what's left
Oh
with the two
my
of them, I think
gosh.
it's going to be really close between
I
them.
was looking. I'm like, they're so close. It's that screen there has the same team twice. It's like they're almost exactly the same.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're close though.
But yeah, they will be close.
I definitely could see the Minnesotan team. They are so fast and speedy. I could tell they were slowing down. The stamina, you have to have a
Yeah.
lot of stamina to
Yeah.
get through this.
Yeah. Well, we have we've talked about the weird counting thing that we
Yes,
do to
yeah.
deal with stamina. I took the kind of idea behind running where you're trying to run to that tree. If you just run to that tree, then you can keep going, right?
Yep.
And so I was like, if I can just get 10 pieces in, then that's something short to aim for. And so we count to 10 when it gets, this is the time where you would start doing that. It doesn't really matter how well you count it out. Sometimes it'll be 5 and then it'll take a while and be like, what number? I don't know, 1. But it's just kind of a cadence, like a little metronome kind of just helping. And then it's a little mini goal so that you can get through that slog.
Oh, wait a second. We had not seen Wicked Quick for a while, and oh boy.
And they're kind of
Yes,
wicked quick.
They
right
are
now.
wicked quick right now. I think that they could be vying for number 3 here with the Sister Squared and with Golden State Misfits.
Yeah,
Boy, this is exciting.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's going to maybe be
Well,
close.
so I think this is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like
filling in those
how
larger-
I
yep.
think anything could happen at this point because it's how they deal with that
Yep.
that slog, that endurance of.
Exactly. Yep.
So who knows?
But I mean, these are incredible times. Just for those of you watching, for these 2 puzzles to get done in around 2 hours, that's really impressive. These are tough puzzles. I mean, both of them were challenging.
Yeah.
Neither of them are what I would call an easy puzzle necessarily.
No. They're those are amazing
Yeah, there's
times.
Sister Squared and Wicked Quick right next to each other, just cruising.
They should be proud.
It's interesting. They all kind of are having the same area. It looks like
Yep.
the bigger stones with the bigger, larger
Honestly,
pattern around
though,
them.
that's so nice as a judge because then you know when they're getting close to finishing.
Right.
Because I was saying with the busy birdies, everyone was doing it a little bit differently, and so then you're really not sure as they're speeding up,
how to gauge it.
Yeah. So that's always terrifying to me. I'm like, cool, you all have the same stuff left. I will know if you're finishing before that.
Right.
Oh
Wow, they're really flying.
Oh man.
I mean, look at the arms moving. Oh wow, it's just arms everywhere.
Well, I think
You're gonna
that
head out?
I
Yep.
need to go make this announcement.
Okay.
Is Jeff going to come back? You
well,
want me to send him over?
Sure, you
this
can
way?
send him over.
I'll send him
Yeah.
over, and I'll go look up close and personal at both of these teams.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks for hanging out.
Let's do this again.
We will tomorrow,
All right.
for sure.
I'll see you.
All right. Thanks, Allie. All right, I'm going to check out the chat here. What do we got going on in the chat? People are asking, can you purchase these puzzles online after the competition? Yes, you can go to the Ravensburger website. They are going to have them on the site for sale starting, I believe, on Monday. And then some of the puzzles from this weekend, I should find out exactly which ones, but I know at least a few of the puzzles from this weekend, especially from, the popular artists, Elspeth and Dean McAdam. Those are going to be available at Barnes & Noble as well, so people will be able to actually pick them up in stores. And Jeff, you're back. We gave you a long break there.
I appreciate
Allie and I
that.
couldn't stop chatting.
That's fine. You ladies helped pull all of this together. You're co-chairs of the board, so I'm glad you had a chance to just, talk amongst yourselves, and get the finishers.
Oh, wow. Look at
Get
this.
the
Look
top
at
two.
how close it
Yes.
is right now, Jeff. We've got Wicked Quick and the Reuters and
Squared
Betsy
with
and
the-
Robin, Sister
yeah.
Squared, like right next to each other, going really full bore. And then Golden State Misfits over here, I'd say they're in it too. So we could end up with some really tight finishes here for third, fourth, and fifth. But yeah, can you believe that we had one finish in under 2 hours?
I know. I was chatting with some folks who were in the spectator
Yeah,
section,
yeah.
and everybody it was all a buzz over there.
Really?
Oh God!
What are
yes.
people saying?
In fact, one lady had the live stream on her phone because we couldn't get a
Right,
good,
they can't
you
see,
can't
yeah,
see down
yeah.
onto the table
Right.
because there's so many people.
I think
so we were
in the
following
future we'll have to be able to play the live stream just with no audio, like in the venue, so spectators can see.
Yes,
we were
totally.
going to do that this year, but we have some limitations on space, and so we also have to have the timer really huge so that all the volunteer judges can see it from anywhere in the room.
record the
And we
time.
looked into different, options for the timer, and it's like, well, the best option is really having the big giant screen with the giant timer on it,
Right,
rather than the
right.
live stream. So next time we'll aim for having that as an option. I know it's what they do at Worlds, and it is lovely for the spectators to be able to, in the venue, be able to see what's happening. But we do have televisions on site and set up upstairs where people can watch too here in the space, and in the hotel bar. I was just saying they're playing it in there, so people can
awesome.
go and have a cocktail and watch.
Awesome.
We just got a finish from the Misfit or the Wicked Quick team. Oh my
Was
gosh,
it?
that's amazing.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I missed it. I was chatting and we missed it. That's fantastic.
And here's Sister Squared with the.
Yeah, and there, yep, look at that. It's going to be
Reuters
so
and-
close.
Oh,
yes,
oh,
there it
okay.
is.
Oh, my.
Fourth place for Sister Squared. Wow, so we've got our top four finishers now. And that was really close between Wicked Quick and Sisters Squared. And now going into this round, we had, kind of the same lineup, but Golden State Misfits were in there with, they finished the first puzzle fourth, but then
Yes.
Wicked Quick surpassed them with the second puzzle. So they
Right.
jumped up now into third place. So they got that second one done, in a really good time.
Yes,
So
they
definitely was something that played well into their strengths. There's now, you can see Karen's team, the Golden State Misfits. They're still going along there. They do have those two big areas still left. But I think looking at them, I think, they have a good shot at getting fourth. But I know, too, there's another team out there.
This
And
team
that's
is-
the Suzanne Ryman, Doug Elwinger. Yep, there they are next to them on the right.
So
They're also right in there.
Jigonometry.
Jigonometry is right in there with the Golden State
Everyone
Misfits.
keep on puzzling, but I do have an announcement to make. We have our top four teams. We have the Peace Corps in first place. Just under 2 hours, 1 hour, 55 minutes, 55 seconds. Andrea Pang, Kelly Walter, Kelly Burr, and Becca Taylor. Congrats.
That's exciting.
Just a handful of minutes behind them, we put the Betch and You Betcha, 201.43. Sarah Schuler, Lauren Couts, Don Rasmussen, and Andrea Kyle. Congrats. Third and fourth place were 20 seconds away from each other. Third place, we had
you know what?
Quick, Emily
We're gonna have a
Chandra,
finish here.
Mari Black, Emma Penn, Sammy Brown-Lowe. And in fourth place, Sisters Squared with Jean Reuter, Kathy Reuter, Betsy Parker, and Robin DeCare.
All right.
Congratulations, you guys. Great job. And if you would like, you may
they're
now
missing a
head
piece.
to Ravensburger to get your puzzle signed, though I do want some of you to hang out and head on over to the live stream for a little bit of interview first. So I will come stop by your table, and when you're done, or any of the spectators around, you may go and get puzzles
They'll
signed
just do
by
the
Dean
10-second
McAdams
penalty
and
for them.
Elizabeth
It'll be okay.
Queen. For all the rest of you, keep on puzzling. We just had another finisher right here.
Okay. We've had 5 finishers now, and it's top 6 get prizes, and they get puzzles, trophies, certificates, the whole thing. Ravensburger's sponsoring the prize puzzles for the top 6 teams. So we still got, Karen, the Golden State Misfits are still in it. I think there's a good chance they're going to take that 6th place spot. You can see them on the screen there. They've got very little left. They're really filling it in now. But man, it's interesting because they were really in it for a while, and then all of a sudden you got all these teams that just churned out the last few minutes and just really poured it on there at the end. This is a puzzle that requires some serious stamina because it would be easy to kind of throw up your hands and get a little exhausted by it. It's a lot of intense focus, I think, on this minutia in the patterns. So I think that it's going to be an exhausting one. When people are done, I bet they're just sort of like, and I want to take a nap. Although I imagine you're a little high on adrenaline, too.
Right. Still hands shaking a little bit. And so it looks like the last couple of pieces
last
here.
couple of
Golden
pieces
State
coming
Misfits.
Let's see there.
Like 2-1.
Oh, there it is.
Yes,
there they got 6th place. Good job, you guys. You got in the top. I don't know where we go from here. How many, if there's other teams out there that are getting anywhere close. I mean, these were the folks that really, there was a 4-minute gap between the top 6 and then 7 on down. So that's a pretty significant gap. So we might have a little bit of time now to play with before, we have another finisher. We'll stick with it, though, because we want you to be able to see the top 10 or, finishers.
All right. And we'll hear from the Peace Corps and see what they thought about putting it together.
We're going to get the puzzlers over here soon so that they can give us their, they'll probably want to chastise me in some regard about why would you do this.
Pick this puzzle. But it only took them, so it was 57 minutes, 41 seconds. Actually, they were at 55:54 for the first one, and an hour 55:55, so it took them exactly an hour and 1 second to do the second puzzle. Is what it looks like.
That's really great. I mean, that's really impressive because that is not a puzzle where I'd be like, oh yeah, you can crank that out in an hour.
It took them just like 4 minutes longer to do that puzzle. All right.
All right, one more announcement. Keep on puzzling. Once I'm done, I'll let you puzzle in peace. We wanted to announce the next 2 finishers. They're also on the podium.
Okay, sorry.
We have 5th place at 2 hours, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. The Sly Dogs with Suzanne Riemann, Doug Elwinger, Linnea Shea, and Yasmin Alma. Congrats to you guys. And in 6th place, the Golden State Misfits. They were just 2 minutes behind, 2:13.10 with Karen Cabot, Elizabeth, Evie, Karen, Yvonne Voigt, and Lindsay Steenstra. Congrats, you guys. All of you will be coming on the podium for the award ceremony. Everyone else, keep on puzzling as fast as you can. Who's going to finish next?
We're now 2 hours and 15 minutes and odd seconds into this competition, so we're in the final 45 minutes. So we're going to see how many of these 4-person teams are going to be able to complete their second puzzle in that amount of time. I'm sure there's I don't know how many teams, if any, are still on their first puzzle. Have not seen that, but certainly among the leaders, they're wrapping up, and we can see on the screen there. So we have several teams already have finished now, and we have the top 6 that Allie announced from the main stage. And more are coming in. So this is exciting. Of course, $3,000 to the first place team, so that's $750 each for Kelly Walter, Kelly Buer, Becca Taylor, and Andrea Peng. So, okay.
Yep. So yeah,
we're going to make room right here for him. I was just tallying up your winnings here. $3,000 to the winning team.
Yeah, got it. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yep. He's going to get adjusted, and then we'll be on.
It's going to get us all into the shot here.
Oh, yeah. Let's just grab those out, and then we can... Can these come out of the stand, Horacio? Do these come out of the stand, Horacio? Okay. All right. Ugh. Sorry. And then we can grab that one out, too. It's kind of hard to get out of there. There you go. They should be on. Yep. All right. We're joined by the first place team, and how exciting. That was a nail biter. I mean, because you guys, I felt like we're so close. And then we pull this puzzle out, and we're thinking, are they going to finish? So tell us what you thought when you saw Elspeth's beautiful mandala puzzle.
25% of us were really excited.
I'd say 50%. We practiced mandalas a lot. 50%. Me and Andrea liked the first puzzle better, and then Kelly and Becca loved the second one.
Okay.
So I think that kind of helped that half of the team was on board for each, and the other half was just chugged along.
So this is the Peace Corps, as you can tell from their shirts. And Kelly, and of course Becca here, and Andrea over there. So the numbers I have is it took you 55 minutes, 54 seconds to finish the first puzzle. Total time, 1 hour, 55. So it took you like an hour and 1 second to do the second puzzle. So just about 5 minutes or so longer. Actually, just 4 minutes and a second longer.
Yeah.
So did it seem like that close to you, or did the second one really seem to drag?
For me, the second one, I felt like I contributed a lot more. Okay. The first one, I felt like stuck and frustrated a lot. But.
So this was more your type of puzzle then?
Definitely.
All right. So is the busy birds, definitely busy right there. So this is more your
your
style.
For whatever reason, I really like mandalas.
Is that what it's called? Busy birds?
It's called Busy Birdies.
Busy Birdies.
Names are also just perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And this one's
busy.
Celestial Constellations, which of course it is. So, tell us your strategy, maybe on the Busy Birdies.
The first one. Andrea's like, not
I was going to say, I don't know if we had much of one. Andrea did the edges, and then it kind of was just whatever you see. There's a white line, like a white dotted line that I think Becca took, and that was something. I took all the blue.
A lot of people did this white kind of background area first, I noticed, walking around the room. That was really a popular bit.
We saw that at the end.
Okay.
And then it was kind of just looking at the background instead of the pieces, because it was pretty distinct. So.
I found it was easy.
Go ahead, microphone.
You should be good.
To pick out all the bird beaks and eyes and kind of get those in place. And then same thing with like the feet. We found all the feet and some of the worms, little things that you could put together, even a few, and get them into place. The nest was easy. The book was easy. The bullseye, like little teeny things. And then it was just a mad scramble.
Yeah.
But at some point you could also tell the background, so the brighter yellow, the white, and the orange, and you could place it that was it's almost a bullseye in and of itself, from the white to the different yellows, and so that helped in the end.
Okay. Well, talking to Dean, he actually pointed out this is sort of the life cycle. So it starts with birth and ends with the little death bird down here. So kind of adolescence and, learning and then work and like having the blues and just like kind of a cute little kind of narrative that he's built into it. Did you notice any of that when you're puzzling?
I can't say I did. No, I can't say any of us did.
There was a very funny moment when we were probably 2/3 of the way done, and I went, guys, I'm seeing a lot of purple lines, which is the branch that runs around the entire puzzle. So, no, I hardly even knew it was birds. Yeah. I was just trying to get pieces in.
It was really funny when you ladies finished this puzzle, and as soon as that last piece was in, you just folded it up, and he goes, they didn't even look at it. He was like, he spent days, weeks, months putting this together. He's like, they didn't even look at it.
You looked at it for a whole hour.
Exactly.
We're admiring it now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Is this one you'll go back and probably do again later, like casually?
We've already determined I get to keep that one, and yes, I will do it again.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, so now tell us about the other one. Tell us about Elspeth. What was your approach on that?
Since you like this one, go ahead.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We gave all the oranges and the yellows to Kelly. And Becca and I focused on the center because practicing mandalas, we learned that you really have to see the center of the ring before you can do the outer rings. Because you may find a pattern in the outer ring, but you won't be able to put it together until you have the center, or at least not easily.
So the constellation part is what you worked on first, and then built the circles around it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's extremely satisfying with a puzzle like this to use a sorting tray, which is something I would rarely say. I'm not a huge sorting tray person, but you can build a little circle and then just kind of pick it up and plop it into the puzzle, and you feel a true sense of accomplishment in the plop.
The plop.
At some point, what helped me, because I did the edge again, I realized that 2 of the circles, the one in opposite corners, actually have white bullseyes, and the rest are solid circles. So you could pull out everything that had a white bullseye. Nope.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you could pull those out and immediately distinguish those. So once you find some element that you can highlight and get it taken out, then immediately you see that there's like a brighter pink in another element, and you pull that out. So it's kind of a... That guy calls it... What is it? Reducing the noise?
Yeah.
And so then you get, 100 pieces out of the way, and then the next 100 really pop.
Yeah. One of the things I was speculating, and I've done some of the Elspeth puzzles too, so I kind of am familiar. I feel like your eyes adjust at some point and you really start to see it. Was that the case with you, or is that more when you're casually puzzling?
I think yes and no, because then at some point you're like, oh, well, because there's a lot of colors that went in like 3 different places. So if you saw it, you saw it, and if you didn't, you were like, oh no, I need to move on. I think that happened a lot for us.
I had a tray full of blue interior pieces, and it took a while. I kept looking at them, and I knew they belonged in 3 different places, but the moment when I could finally see the difference between them was a really nice relief.
Yeah, I think the immediate reaction online was, oh, it's a blue hell. And luckily Elspeth is not taking it personally. She gets it.
We warned her.
Did you?
Yeah, we said, you might hear things. Just know it's in the moment, and we love your puzzle.
Well, so, what's the plan? I know we talked a little bit to you guys, so I think you're planning to go to Worlds, right? And now is this kind of cemented that, or hopefully, what's the... are you contemplating?
I think we're all planning on going, but as of now, we're in 3 separate teams.
Oh my gosh! You guys just won a national championship, but that's right. I remember you practiced last night, right? And you had a little different makeup, so
we're testing
things
out.
Yeah.
We wanted to see how it would go this
right.
weekend.
Sure. Yeah. No, I don't want to start something. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's also fun to mix it up, and
that's true.
We're friends with each other.
Yeah.
And I think we all want the chance to compete with each other.
Right. And it's not like it's going to make a huge, I mean, so many of you are like at this elite level. You do any combination of you at this point, and I feel like you still have really good chances of doing really well. Were you surprised to come in first? I mean, the Betcha team is right next to you, and we all have seen them just crush it at various competitions. What was your feeling on that? Were you just like, wait, is this happening? What were you thinking?
I'm a little surprised. Mm-hmm. We only practiced one day in advance, and it went okay, but we didn't know where to stand, how to use the trays, who kind of to do what. So I think because it was a little shaky, it forced us to kind of say, this is the steps we're going to do, and to say, like, we need to talk more, we need to
figure out how to work together. Yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think that's true. So that team is incredible, and we admire them greatly. And personally, I very much expected to see them continue to dominate, which they did. Yeah, because they've been puzzling together for so long too. So it's just a well-oiled machine. But I think Andrea's right. So this very much forced us to think about how we were going to communicate and throw our hands up when we needed to move or
and it was still
else.
Pretty close. I mean, it was not a huge gap between all of you, and I mean, part of it is the puzzle choice, right? And what comes out and what's on the box, and whether that plays into your strengths. Do you feel like this puzzle in particular, the second puzzle, made a difference for you as a group?
Me personally, yes, for sure. I just felt like I was always flowing on this one.
Beat them by almost 6 minutes, though. They won by. So that's
was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Why was I thinking it was closer?
2:01:43.
Okay.
So just under
you're right. No,
6 minutes. So,
that is a pretty big difference, I guess.
That is a pretty big gap.
What was the difference between the first puzzle?
Yeah, do you know how fast they did the Elspeth?
2 minutes.
Yeah, the first puzzle, what
just
were the
under
times?
2 minutes faster on the first one. So you opened up almost a 4-minute gap on the second puzzle.
Yeah, I think
I thought they were going faster than we were on the second puzzle at several points. Sorry, Kelly, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think we felt good that we were at least close to them, because we could tell when we were finishing up the first one that we were close. And then once we opened the second one, I think we all kind of were just like, this is going to take us a long time. We just need to settle in and kind of just be out, not cruise control, but like just go steady.
What do you think it's looking like? Did you get a chance to see how others were doing, and when you're walking, to kind of look around the room?
Well, we're going to do that next.
You came over here right away, right?
I think, should I say this?
Sure.
We probably see California represent well.
Yeah.
I won't say against which other states, but some states have dominated for a long time. So California,
way
to go.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of people in California. It kind of makes sense, but
and we're adopting Kelly to California.
And there's a group that Andrea and Kelly Burr and I have raced with a lot, and they came in 5th place. So want to give them a huge shout out to Doug and Suzanne.
That's
and Yasmin
awesome. Yeah, exactly. They were really great.
Awesome.
Yep, the Sly Dogs team. Yeah, Suzanne and Doug and Linnea and Yasmin. Yeah, that was great.
They really mentored and welcomed the three of us into their pack.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be really exciting to share the podium with them.
Yeah. Are you exhausted? Are you ready to go for tomorrow? What's the feeling?
Time to stretch. I was going to say that was pretty tiring, but dinner and a good night's rest, and I think we'll be fine.
More puzzling tonight, or are you going to take a break, do you think?
I think we might do a practice puzzle for pairs. We'll see.
I love it. 2,500 pieces in a day, not enough. Need to add a few more thousand in there before the end of the day.
So it's the pairs and the individuals, and all of you are taking part in both of those competitions tomorrow, which you have about, 18 hours off or something till you have to be back in the competition for the pairs.
Yeah.
So, that's 2.5 hours, another 1,000 piece. And then the individual will be 500 piece for 2 hours again. So it'll be 1,500 pieces tomorrow.
Yeah.
In 2 stretches. So.
Yeah, and the goal is for Andrea and Kelly to do their 1,000 piece in also 22 minutes.
Right? You can do it, right? No problem. It was funny because, we had folks sit here and they were like, so if it takes them 22 minutes to do a 500, maybe, and Jeff was like, will it be about double that for 1,000? And but not really, not quite. It takes a little longer, but you guys still came in pretty close. I mean, that was really an amazing performance. So congratulations, and just so fun to watch. So we're so excited for you, and yeah, we get to watch more of you yet tomorrow, and we wish you the best of luck. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Enjoy your evenings.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can just set it there.
Thank you.
Give this back to you.
Oh, I can put that in. You bet.
Yes.
You're welcome. Great to see you again.
Okay.
And another group is about to finish here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's look at how people are doing.
Minutes in, so we have about 28 and a half minutes left on this competition.
Yep, I was just going to say, let's check in a little bit and see how some folks are doing. We haven't given a rundown of how many have finished here in a little bit, so let me just refresh that and kind of see where we're at. I mean, I think we're going to get more, that get done with the two puzzles, but here we go. The Utah team that we talked to earlier.
You talking puzzles.
Yep. So this
Mindy
looks like
Whiting,
they're going to be the
Megan
ninth
Jones,
place.
okay.
Yeah.
Nastia
they finished.
and Kyle Kosen.
Yep. They finished, and they're going to take ninth place. So that's impressive. They're getting in. So if we've got 9 teams that have finished in the 2.5 hours,
so we still have 9. So we still have 41 teams out there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
A lot of piece count maybe ahead of these volunteers.
That's right.
When we get to the end of the 3 hours, we'll call time. People have to take their hands off the puzzle, and then we count pieces that are remaining. Any that are connected in groups of 3 or more count towards the final count. And then,
we'll use the completed number of or assembled pieces will determine the remaining order of the field through 50. So everyone will know where they finished, either by time or by how many pieces they put together.
Exactly. Yep.
And we hope a lot more folks are able to finish.
Yeah, we hope a lot more finish. And actually, I'm pleasantly surprised because, I wasn't sure how many would even get done with both. And now, we're going to have at least, I bet, 15, 20 teams maybe that get through both puzzles.
We certainly hope so.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun talking with those ladies wearing the green, the Peace Corps.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're gonna have the Minnesota team is on its way. They're gonna join us here for a little bit. It was funny talking to the last team. I feel bad asking about Worlds because it's like they don't know yet what's gonna happen, and there is a lot of shuffling that happens. I don't know that people kind of get that. It's not in any way like this person's better or whatever. A lot of times it's just, hey, I haven't puzzled with you before, and we compete a lot together, or maybe we live close or whatever, and then they like to kind of come together and try different configurations. But I mean, we have so many, like I said, great puzzlers that I think in the end, the U.S. is still going to represent incredibly well, whether it's the exact same team or not. But I do know that the Betcha team that's coming over, they are planning to go to Worlds and compete together.
As they currently exist,
exactly.
The 4 members there.
Yep.
Did we get out the keywords for the last couple?
I don't
think we.
You might want to.
I don't think we have 2
why
of
don't
them.
you do that quick?
Okay, you bet. So to thank all of the folks that are watching us on YouTube and Twitch, we're offering our live stream viewers a chance to win prizes. So the folks at home can go to usajigsaw.org, click on the live stream prize banner on the homepage, fill out the entry form, and I'm going to give you 2 keywords. Enter the keyword quick for a chance to win prizes. That keyword quick. The other one, because we're doing it 2 for each live stream, for each competition, 2 keywords. The other keyword will be individual. Individual. So if you have to fill out the form, so write them down, maybe quick and individual, to try to catch you up. And then we're going to announce the winners of the live stream raffle tomorrow during our closing ceremony, and that is also going to be live streamed between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Since it's one entry per keyword, but we're giving out a total of 16 keywords throughout the weekend, so keep tuning in. I think now with Quick and Individual, that gives us 12, so there'll be 2 more keywords tomorrow morning during the pairs final, and then the final 2 keywords will come out during the individual final tomorrow afternoon. So we're coming up on 2 minutes, 36 seconds here into the competition. So we have about 24 minutes left, and here we go. And I'm going to move back over to the side. We can pop these microphones again. Who's sitting down? No, come on in. Oh, there we go. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. We finished.
The betches.
You finished, exactly.
Yep.
How are you feeling after that? Are you hating? Please don't hate us.
No, my back hates you.
Yeah, I immediately got up and went to my room and rolled my back out.
Really?
On my roller, which I bring to every competition.
Yeah. You guys stood, you stood at least, I think, the whole time, right? And that's 2 plus.
I did. I stood the whole time.
Oh, man.
The second I sit down, something tells my brain, like, this is now calm and it's not really a competition. So my back is in pain, but we stood.
You're joking that second puzzle needs to come with a certificate for free therapy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll expect to see both of you or all 4 of you at my Stretch and Strengthen tomorrow at 7:30 a.m.
Oh, that's a little early.
Oh, my. Okay.
They're going to be up puzzling all night,
watch,
Jeff. They
watch
need their
the
rest,
video
right?
then, okay? Because that's already been posted.
Seriously, for real, we will. Oh, my goodness.
So, what were your thoughts? First you got the Dean McAdam, and I actually thought this is right in your wheelhouse, right? The Dean McAdam. That's busy.
I think I felt the best out of any of us about this one. I like the little detail and finding stuff, and I feel like I can pick up on those. So I was excited. Not that made it easy,
right?
But I wasn't mad about doing it, and but everyone else didn't feel the same.
And we should make sure we introduce everyone on the live stream. We haven't given the names,
here.
please.
Yes, yeah.
All right, I'm Lauren Kautz.
John Rasmussen.
Andrea Kyle.
And Sarah Schuler.
All right.
Yeah, so, okay, but still, you guys, you killed it. You got that done, I would say, at a pretty good time. Actually, though, I think we thought it was going to be a little faster than it was. Did you look at it initially and think, oh, that's not bad? Or did you immediately know, like, oh, no?
Yeah, we knew.
Really?
We knew.
Yeah.
There really wasn't a way to sort it. Like, I was like, oh, I'll do the purple pieces. And then we got the purple pieces together. And it was like, oh, yeah, this is not a section that you can do.
There's, like, orange leaves all over the place or these berries all over the place. So it was hard to, like, section it out.
I feel like this puzzle, we gave it like different sections had different personalities. I was like, oh, the lovebirds in the corner, and then the spooky corner, the creepy corner.
Explained it. It's if you start up in this upper left corner, it's
birth to death.
To death. Down in the lower right. Yes.
You know where we are on this puzzle? You guys probably didn't see us on there, but down in the death part.
Did you see the cardinal was like a Catholic priest cardinal in there?
We did. We said,
Sarah thought the Oriole was a cardinal as well, and a robin. She was calling it a robin. I'm like, maybe it is a robin, but
no, it's an Oriole.
No, I think it's a northern red.
But look, it's an Oriole.
No, we're talking about this one.
Oh, this one.
Because its whole body is orange.
So
maybe
to the left, the blues.
Yeah, that's
the bluebird is the blues,
the
guitar.
This is shaking your tail feathers as well.
Shaking
and
called
that
the
one.
Robin is the Robin Hood down on
Lovebirds. Book owl.
It's just like
the
wise owl. Yeah. It kind of goes like this in terms of like the life cycle. Yeah. It was adorable.
A target on his little eye.
Yeah, the eagle's got glasses.
Eagle's got an eagle eye. It's got like
eagle eye. So it's like a sight. Binocular or a sight on a kind of a gun scope sight.
He's locked in.
You'll appreciate the finer details when you do it again.
Who said you're doing it again?
Actually, we're going to be doing a giveaway of that one. We got it signed.
Oh, nice. You got it signed. Yeah, there you go. Well, so then the next one.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, oh, boy.
We just kept feeding Dawn the middle chunks.
That is, Dawn carried us.
Yes, Dawn, tell us.
For the bird one, because I didn't do much on the bird one.
Dawn did the entire mandala puzzle, basically.
I was on a roll with the centers. The outside rings, not so much, but I felt confident about the insides of the rings.
And I assume that was the first piece done,
Yep.
of course.
The big orange part.
Yep.
And then how did you tackle it after that bullseye, easy target on that one?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of the reds we did. And then Dawn took a lot of the inside of the mandalas, and I grabbed the light pinks everywhere. And I don't really know what happened after that. It's all kind of a blackout.
The one thing I did like about this puzzle was that Lauren and I got to do border together.
We never do anything together.
No. And we were mic'd up for this one for Karen Puzzles video.
Oh, really?
So you'll have some color commentary and some colorful language potentially.
I was going to say, is she going to have to bleep some stuff out, man?
She might just have to bleep the whole thing.
I mean, we were I just didn't know what to expect with this. When we first saw it as a board, we saw sketches and it wasn't filled in with a color. And then they started filling in the color and we were like, there'll be more color, right? Like added. And they kept saying, yeah. And then we got to the final and they just said, okay, well, it's done and here it is. And we were like, oh, that's a lot of blue.
That was our thought. It was a retake from last year with the ocean.
Yeah, I know. It kind of
Exactly.
was.
You guys love the blue and the purple.
The
don't you?
mermaid's the third and final one in the team. Yes, we made that comment. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we thought, like, oh no, is this going to be the mermaid puzzle all over again? And it's like, no, you got it done in like a little over an hour.
You didn't realize that you could do stuff until you started, till your brain had just stared at it for long enough, and you were like, okay, this is the blue with the purple dots, and this is the purple with the blue dots, and that was the difference. So yeah, we got there in the end.
So Don, why is this something that they're all like, yeah, she did most of it? Like, had you practiced
I feel like
a lot?
The insides of those are the easier part. I don't,
Okay.
Because once I got all the insides done and I went out to what they were doing, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because I not like in a bad way, but like
we didn't know either.
Together.
The constellations were the part you liked inside the circles there. Excellent.
That's very similar to what Andrea and them said too. They did the centers of everything first, and then it was a filling in game.
So just so you know, for reference, that one took 57:41.
Oh shoot!
And then the second puzzle took about an hour and 4 minutes.
Okay,
so it just took about 7 extra minutes to do this one.
That is not much, you guys. That is pretty
That's true.
close, right?
I think they were both hard though. I'm so shocked at that timing. Like compared, I thought it would be way harder.
This one would have taken way
The second
longer.
one would have taken way longer.
And that's what the Peace Corps thought too, that they took 5 minutes, about the same amount of time longer. You took maybe 2 minutes longer. But the splits were pretty even then. That's why we kind of break it down that way and say, how did the first puzzle do compared to the second? And they were pretty darn close. And we all agreed that this would take a lot longer, but we've been wrong on most of our guesses on time. So,
yeah, I mean, it's actually going, pretty well. We've had 11 teams finish. We were worried, would we get 3 or 5 or 6 in 3 hours? And here we are, and we've had quite a few. So it's not as bad as Mermaid. That one, I think we only
also
had,
not 1,500
had
pieces.
6 teams finished total last time. And
5
yeah, you're right.
total,
It's 1,500. Just be thankful this wasn't 1,500, right?
Yeah. We would have walked out. We said
if Worlds has a mandala, we're just quitting right there.
We will hold true to that and
I
we'll walk
highly
out.
doubt that. I highly doubt that. I think
I highly
that
doubt that we'll walk out or that they'll have a mandala because we're very confident in the walking out portion.
I don't know.
All we do is practice mandalas and chaos puzzles between then and now. I cry.
so we're at
I
the
love it. Chaos
2 hours,
puzzles.
45 minutes mark. So 15 minutes
Yeah,
left
it's going
now
so
of this
fast.
competition. Yeah, and most of the folks certainly still at their tables.
Right.
So yeah.
So you guys should be like cheering, right? Internally, I know you're a little sad because you just missed out on a $3,000 prize.
Don't remind
talk
us
about it.
And it may or may not be our first loss as a team.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is it?
Ever lost as a team.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
St. Paul Winter Carnival contest.
Right?
And we won the autism one. Every
you guys,
time.
you had a target on your back coming into this.
Yeah, we did.
They had to form a super team to take us down. So.
But they succeeded.
So now we're coming for blood.
We did say we weren't going to be humbled until someone humbled us, and now we are humbled, and we're coming for blood next time. Yeah.
We're eating crow, which was part of that puzzle right there.
Exactly.
The death part. No,
I did not. I mean, it makes sense because every time I've been to a competition and you guys have competed, it's not even been close. It's like, okay, just go home, please. Quit doing this, especially because you're all like Minnesotans, and then every Minnesota contest is like, oh, great, those guys are here. So, I mean, maybe this is your moment now for your comeback, right?
Yeah, we will rise from the ashes
like a phoenix.
A phoenix. Oh, that's when they missed on that puzzle.
Yes.
There.
That's why we're not there.
Yes, the rebirth. Exactly. Yeah. No, but you guys are amazing. And I mean, watching it was so much fun. And you were neck and neck there for a long time. I hope you go back to the live stream and watch. I mean, are you going to watch it, or are you just like, I don't need to be reminded of this?
I might just read the comments and listen.
No
visual.
Watch.
Play it at double speed on the play or on the.
There you go.
That'd be good.
Then you're even faster looking.
We were so fast.
We did the whole thing in 1 hour.
Exactly.
It was just a flurry of arms. Like, that's really, I mean, how
like
many.
an octopus.
Felt like, to be honest.
Lauren and I were
8 arms reaching
Lauren and
in
I were
there, right?
hugging for like half of it, basically.
Or shoving each other.
No, you guys were amazing. I mean, it's amazing that you did both of those in just over 2 hours. I mean, come on, that's crazy. Everybody at home would be like, so they're going to do these in 3 hours? Like, what?
Everyone in the chat send us some words of encouragement.
They were. I looked at the chat. There was a lot of Betch love in the chat.
There was a lot of love for you guys.
With an E, everyone. Yeah, with an E.
Yes,
for
yes.
you betcha.
The betches. Yeah, yep.
The you betches.
Yes.
You betches.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there
For
it is.
short, we should go with you betches.
I like the betches, though.
Yeah. So I was standing when Allie was up here, and I took a little break, and I was over there talking, and they just said, "Yeah, the betches are." And, sort of like that makes up the set.
Yeah.
It's everybody gets a nickname, and so it just gets short.
We own that too.
But it was a young lady. We were standing over there. She had the live stream on her phone because we couldn't see down onto your tables.
Right.
And they're like, oh, the benches are coming and going to finish.
Yeah,
That was so funny. I'm like, I have to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's Minnesotans on here. We're very I'm Minnesotan, so I'm Minnesota proud of how you guys did. You were amazing, and it's just, it's fantastic. And look at this now. I want to see more teams finish. Like, look at how close they are. You've got this. You've got,
can do it.
You've got 12 minutes. You can do this. Like, they're going to finish. But I can't believe we're almost done with 3 hours. This has gone so incredibly fast.
It has.
Yeah.
My mind doesn't believe it, but again, my back believes it.
Right. Are you guys excited to be done for today?
I mean, it's been a day, but at the same time, it's like I'm energized by just watching everybody, and it's so fun. I mean,
Want to get rid of that energy? I can build out a puzzle for you.
Yeah.
Oh! I find her puzzles relaxing. I can't imagine trying to speed puzzle one of Elspeth's. I mean, I've done a lot of them, and I enjoy them, but it's always a chill vibe. It's like sitting, watching TV, and just like cash,
I do want to say she is one of the nicest
Sweetest
humans.
people ever.
We talked for like an hour last night, and I was like, hey, your art is beautiful.
Oh, it is so
As
gorgeous.
art.
And can you believe
Not
that's
a
a photo? That is a photo.
Going and getting it signed, she brought some little mandala stones. That you can see. They're so small. The dots are like tiny. So it's very impressive.
That was so funny because on that point, Valerie asked her, how do they all come out exactly the same and perfect? She goes, I don't know. It just does.
She's a goddess. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
We thought
So
that
talented.
we had her on our side. She was in the back right before we got started, and she was giving us the thumbs up.
Keep on puzzling.
No
Puzzlers.
thumbs-
We
no,
just wanted
no
to
thumbs
let
down.
You know, we've got about 10 minutes left, and I think we've gotten through about plays I should have checked this before I got on here, but 15-ish, I think. So 13. So not even 15. You could be 15 if you just puzzle as fast as you can. So 10 minutes left. You guys got this. Almost the end of the day. You can do it.
Amazing.
Yeah, the 10-minute warning.
But we highly recommend getting the puzzles because they are beautiful.
They are.
Yes.
Maybe don't speed them. Just relax with them.
Yeah. No, I think I agree. I wouldn't speed this, but yeah, it's a good challenge though, right? We threw a curveball, right?
Right, Sarah? We knew it was going to be.
You guys are all like,
I will say, I am glad we got it today and not in individuals.
Amen.
Oh, God,
right.
yeah. Or pairs.
I mean, we're not going to do that.
Please, not pairs.
No. We still got Demelsa and Nathaniel's puzzles coming up.
Right.
Hey, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're all wishing you luck tomorrow. Congratulations
Yes.
on your second place finish. Everybody's cheering for you.
Yes.
Go
Great.
check it out in the chat to get your spirits back up,
Yes.
Sarah. You've got this.
Great job. It was fun. Like, look at those outfits there.
Yes, I love it.
black
We have
cloud.
our winter gear
Yes.
on, our winter team
Yes.
outfits.
Yes.
Also, hi Graceland, if you're
Oh,
still
yeah.
watching.
Do you have any
My
shout-outs?
niece.
Shout outs. Yep.
I'd love to shout out my family, my husband. Really appreciate you guys watching. Friends that I didn't even know were watching texted me and were like, "Hey, great job!" And I was like, "Oh, thanks! Wow!" So everyone watching, appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you.
Aw. I'll shout out all my friends that were watching through Discord and Pillsbury Elementary, where I run our puzzle club. They've been watching, all the little 6-year-olds.
Really?
So
Oh my
I love you
gosh.
guys, and thank you for watching.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
One more shout out to my sponsor, Puzzledly.
Yes.
Had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Puzzledly, great puzzles.
Yes.
They have tons of different puzzles on their website, so go check it out. Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. Thanks
Congrats.
for dropping by. I'll
See
grab
you
that.
tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night. See
Yeah.
you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah. Oh. There we go.
All right. We are already at 8 minutes to go.
What an enthusiastic crew there, boy. A lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Should we do a quick one with Wicked Quick? Okay. Okay. You bet. We'll bring him. Yeah. We'll get him over here. We'll just do give him a little chat. Okay.
Do you remember, Jeff, did we do the Billboard mentions? We did.
I made sure. Oh no, I did not get
For
the
this
billboard.
round?
I don't think we
Do
did.
you guys remember if we did Billboard mentions already for this one?
I don't think we did.
Okay, he's going to do those.
Dive in.
I really
Want to
busy.
talk briefly mention our sponsors again, Masterpieces. Dive into a world of captivating imagery and unparalleled craftsmanship with Masterpieces Jigsaw Puzzles. Each piece is meticulously hand-drawn to deliver an unforgettable puzzling experience. Puzzle Warehouse. PuzzleWarehouse.com is the premier destination for puzzle enthusiasts. We offer the largest variety of puzzles in the United States, catering to all ages and preferences. Our commitment to customer satisfaction is evident in our user-friendly website, which produces a seamless shopping experience. Additionally, Puzzle Warehouse supports the puzzle community by fostering a culture of engagement and enjoyment around puzzling, hosting events, and offering a Puzzle of the Month club. We hope to see you soon at PuzzleWarehouse.com. And finally, EBoo. EBoo is proud to be part of the 2024 U.S. Jigsaw Nationals. EBoo Peace and Love creates puzzles that are always beautiful and tell a story. We collaborate with independent artists from around the world to create designs that are sturdy and sustainably made from 90% recycled board and vegetable-based inks. Learn more about us at eboo.com. And here we go. We're going to bring on Wicked Quick, the New Englanders here. Quickly, I'll slide over. Make room for the ladies here. Back. Oh, we've got an extra mascot. Okay.
We got another mascot.
Yes.
I love it. You guys have
All
the
right.
lucky
And
icons going on.
So let's do our introductions again, and maybe we'll pop these out so we can hand them around.
Yep.
So we haven't talked to you yet.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I'm Sammy.
Sammy? All right. Nice to meet you, Sammy.
Nice to meet you.
And this is the team is Wicked Quick, as we were saying, and
Yep.
it
Woohoo.
says it on your shirt.
Yes.
So Mari there, we talked to her a little bit ago, as well as
Emma.
Emma, that's right. Pang. It's on, or Emma Pan.
Pan, yeah,
Pan on her back.
And
right?
I'm Emily Chandran.
Emily, nice to meet all of
yes.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what did you think of this first puzzle here? Go ahead, Mari. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We really appreciated. We noticed that there was like a bunch of puns in it, like the cardinal, and like we enjoyed the image. It was definitely
It was hard.
It was definitely hard. I think we thought like, oh, the owl will stick out or something, and
No.
it was I think a lot harder than when we first saw it. What we expected, but it's a beautiful puzzle.
I mean, are you happy? I feel like you really killed it. I mean, you guys, this is the first time you're all here together competing, and you came in third. That's amazing. And you finished 2 hard puzzles in a pretty short time period. I don't have the time right in front of me here. I'm going to look it up. But yeah, I mean, it was really impressive. So yeah, how are you feeling overall with how you did?
They did 2:08:38.
Yeah, 2:08:38.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. So how are you feeling about that?
It's a weird mix because like we knew we could do it, but it's another thing to see it happen because this is a new team, and we formed under. We made a big gamble. The philosophy is a team that practices is faster than a team that is fast.
Okay.
And we are not maybe the fastest puzzlers that everybody knows about, but we have practiced within an inch of our lives.
Thank
We've
you.
developed
Yeah.
language to talk to each other. We have developed strength. We
Yeah,
have trained over Zoom. We have run drills. We hold each other up. We save each other's asses when we're in trouble. There's immense fast switching. Like we've worked.
Yeah.
We've worked, and it paid off.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyone else want to add to that? I think that's a great message for people out there to hear, though, because I think some people think, well, I'm never going to be that good, right? But you could get really good with a lot of time and effort. So what would you add to that? Yeah.
Yeah, I would add that like all of us have seen a tremendous amount of growth in the last 3 months since we knew each other.
We just met 3 months ago.
Yeah, we didn't know each
Wow.
other 3
Wow.
months ago, but ever since we've been practicing more, sharing drills, and like giving each other things to work on. We assign homework between
Yeah, we have homework all the time.
We have a teacher in our midst. And like we all put in the work because we all wanted to like be the best version of ourselves for the sake of this team because like we were strangers 3 months ago, but like we're pretty tight now.
We're under 2 minutes of this. Sammy, quickly tell us about this puzzle here. What do you think?
That was rough.
Really? Yeah.
But as soon as the announcements came out that Elspeth would be one of the artists, we studied and we came up with shared language to talk about her mandalas. And so, and we practiced over Zoom, and that announcement came after our last in-person practice. And so we had Zoom calls, we ran a bunch of puzzles, and it paid off.
You guys did the work, and it shows. Yeah, Emily, one other
This
thing.
puzzle definitely, we opened it up, and it looks really challenging. We actually did it faster than that one, surprisingly, but we were actually really excited about it. We have a little team
Can you
saying.
share it?
Oh, we have a team slide deck. 83 slides. I don't know if anyone wants to be seeing all the notes we've made. We're big nerds. We're big nerds. But we said this is pasta, and to us that means that it's a really hard puzzle, but that's where we're gonna shine. It came from a super hard pasta puzzle we once practiced.
Oh, another finish
Someone
just under the wire.
finished
That's
in the
so
final
exciting.
40
That's
seconds
very
there.
exciting. Oh my goodness. I wish we could have had you guys on longer because
we
now
have
we're getting to the end and we're
30
going to wrap it up. But
seconds
you did
left.
amazing. Loved watching you.
Great.
Congratulations.
And good luck
and
if you're
great
competing
job.
tomorrow in the pairs.
Thank
and
you.
individuals.
We'll see you
So
tomorrow.
great.
Yeah. Thanks for
Coming by.
stopping
Good
by.
luck.
Yeah, you were amazing.
Congratulations. All right. And 15 seconds
sorry,
to
you
go.
couldn't be on longer.
So we're going to go to Allie here on the main stage.
Do a 10-second countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. Everyone just puzzled for 3 hours straight. Great job, everyone. Please hang out. We're going to do a bunch of piece counting, and we're going to have the volunteers get your final numbers. So please bear with us, have some patience, wait for some direction, and we'll get that counted up. And I will have a few more announcements in just a minute, so stay tuned for that.
There might be one more, though.
Right.
All
That's
right.
what I was going to say.
We're back, and we're at the end, and I cannot believe we've already hit the 3-hour mark of this. It went so fast. It flew by.
It did. It definitely went by fast. We believe 18 teams
I think maybe.
Finished
in under the 3 hours.
In under the 3 hours. So
Cleo's
this was the
team at the end there, the 17th place, and I think one other might have gotten in just under the wire.
In the last 40 seconds, we heard the cheers. And so that wraps up the team final. Congratulations, and thanks to everybody for watching the live stream of the USA JPA's team final. I'm Jeff Whittle. She's Valerie Coit. And join us again tomorrow morning for the live stream of the pairs final starting at 9 a.m. Pacific. That'll be followed by the individual final and then the closing ceremonies. So thanks so much for watching on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, we loved having you join us, and it's been so much fun, and we can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Thank you.